not taking personal readings at this time. Please do not get scammed by people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading, we are downloading some personalized messages for your life path number or any number that you want to check out in your numerological chart. And we are specifically looking into this upcoming Mercury retrograde happening April 21st to May 14th in the sign of Taurus, as well as this 3-year transit that has just kicked off for Saturn through the sign of Pisces, and the 20-year transit of Pluto through Aquarius, which just started as well. So jump straight ahead to your reading if you want to in the timestamps down below, because I am going to take a few minutes to explain how you can use today's reading and a little bit about numerology. I'm not well versed in numerology. I'm way more seasoned in astrology, but numerology is something that I do from time to time enjoy checking out. But based on my research of numerology, the science uses the info of your birthday, birth month, birth year, your full name, and sometimes even additional information to calculate numbers that outline a picture of your energetic makeup, same way that astrology can be used to analyze a personality and incarnation based on the way that the heavens are positioned in the sky at any given moment. In numerology, the numbers that are set to matter are the single digits 1 through 9, the master numbers 11, 22, 33, as well as karmic numbers from my research, which is 13, 4, 14, 5, 16, 7, and 19, 1. Now, karmic numbers, from what I have learned, are important to distinguish because not every 1, 4, 5, or 7 will have a karmic association, depending on how the numbers break down, but apparently there is a difference. So if your 1 comes from a 19, your 4 comes from a 13, your 5 comes from a 14, or your 7 comes from a 16, then there is some karmic energy attached there. It could be karmic energy or karmic lessons. There is a difference. But in numerology, there are a few core numbers, same way that we have like the big 3 or main 3 placements in astrology, sun, moon, rising. In numerology, the core numbers would be your life path number, birthday number, the expression number, personality number, and the soul urge number. Now, there are other things that can be calculated and read, like your maturity number, pinnacles, challenges, and a lot more. And I've left a link in the description to this amazing website that calculates everything in your numerological chart for free. And it does calculate karmic numbers as well, which I think is important because I believe it does add some extra context to the 1, 4, 5, and 7s if they come from a karmic sort of situation. But once you have those numbers, then you can head back here to check out the reading for as many of your numerological placements as you want. Again, we are looking into Saturn, Pluto, and this upcoming Mercury retrograde. They're going to be the main focus in this energy reading today. Saturn is going to reveal the challenges that you are taking on and overcoming after its ingress into the mutable water sign of Pisces. Pluto, the dark mother, will show us in today's reading how we can expect secrecy, fears, the shadow, power, and truth to aid in our transformation and overall evolution. And this upcoming Mercury retrograde in Taurus will be providing the personalized oracle messages with important information that each numerical vibration is in need of hearing right now. But briefly explaining each of the core numbers, what they mean, and how you can use them in today's reading. So the soul urge, otherwise known as the heart's desire number, is basically like the moon placement in an astrological chart. So the soul urge number is basically calculated by your vowels and your name. And this is seen as the softer parts of our being that we would consider most vulnerable. So it is usually concealed behind layers of ego and life experiences, but it reveals our heart's desire and our true nature, just like the moon in astrology is related to our soul, essence, or most authentic self. It is the whole of us, who we are, and we pick and choose which parts of the moon, soul, or heart's desire that we share and express or make public. And you can use this numbers reading to look into what your soul has already agreed to do or go through over the next few years. So let's say that your soul urge number is a 9, then click on the timestamp for the 9 reading, and it will apply to your heart's desires over the next few years, how that could be challenged, what it will overcome, and a specific message from Mercury retrograde concerning that part of your numerological chart. So you will have to adjust the reading just a little bit if it's not your life path number. Moving on to your personality number, this is basically like your ascendant in astrology, and this is how we are perceived by others and how we see ourselves from this outward expression. So this is the surface or external version of you. This is the armor that you wear when exploring the world outside of your safe zone, aka your soul urge zone. And the personality number is the parts of the self that we use to feel most safe when interacting with the unknown or the larger environment outside of our control. Just like how the ascendant in astrology is likened to a first impression, this is what we make available for public consumption. So this number is found by adding the consonants in your name, and you can use this reading to determine how your public perception may evolve over the next few years, the challenges that it will overcome, and a specific Mercury retrograde message. Moving on to the expression number, this is a lot like the sun placement in your natal chart, and this is what we are most drawn to or resonate with the strongest. This is considered our personal reality and the trajectory that we course over our lifetime through different decisions and mostly actions. So this is usually regarded as the destiny number in astrology because it deals with talents, skills, and what we are most known for in this life or are able to offer the world. And you can use this reading to see where you are personally destined to go and experience over the next few years. This reading may reflect your own perception of how you may experience or see the next few years of your life. Moving on to the birthday number, this is sort of like earth energy in astrology, which is not mainly looked into in a natal chart because we are on planet Earth and we are viewing the cosmos from planet Earth, but it still carries its own purpose and meaning. So earth in astrology is the attributes and skills that we possess that keep us grounded to one specific path in life. And so the birthday number is the actual day that you were born. Like if you were born on the 3rd or the 27th of the month, then that specific day is your birthday number. And this is the more physical aspect of your life in reality, like the planet Earth in astrology who rules tangibility, the here and now, the present moment, the current incarnation, the 5 senses. The birthday number is very similar as it's closely connected to your current timeline or incarnation and how you shape or mold it through your abilities. So it can also deal with how you manifest things, how you bring things into form, how you make things happen, how you bring things to fruition, because that is earth tangible energy. So this is the talents or gifts that you came into this lifetime with to help you along your path and to make things happen. And you can use this reading to see how your gifts may be impacted, will be used, or will develop over the next few years, especially when it comes to your manifestation abilities as well. So moving on to the life path or the birth number. So this in astrological terms is basically your natal chart as a whole. So imagine not just looking at one aspect or placement in your chart, but the horoscope in its entirety. We're not just looking at where your sun is, where your moon is, where Pluto is, where this falls, how these are aspecting each other, but we're reading it as an entire picture. So the life path number is your overall path in life or your life in general, the incarnation that you agree to before you were born, or the path that will help shape you into the person that you were born and created to be. So this number is basically like the outline or skeleton of a numerological chart that stylizes or adds context to your other numbers by giving them an overall theme. So for instance, your expression number is also experienced through the vibration of your life path number. And you can use this reading as an overall forecast to general themes and experiences that you could totally see play out over the next 3 years. You can also use this reading as well to hear information about the vibration of your personal year number, and your personal year number is calculated by adding your birth month and your birthday to the current year. I don't know if you guys can hear this bird. This like cardinal has been visiting me the last few days, and it just, I don't know why, but every time I sit down to film, she comes out. So I think she's a she, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, you guys can totally use this reading as well to check out the reading for your personal year number. And because you guys know I always forget to add the links to the cards that I'm using in today's reading, I just decided to have them available for the intro part to this video. So the card decks I'm using, this is the Numerology card oracle deck right here. This is the Intuition Oracle deck. This is the Goddess Oracle deck that you guys will see in the reading, and it is called Tarot Key, I believe, Goddess Oracle. This Oracle deck is a shamanic healing oracle cards right here. And then this deck all the way to the left is a brand new card set, but this is the Ocean Dreams Oracle deck. And this is I'm in love with this Oracle deck lately, so. But anyways, you guys, now that all that is out of the way, you guys leave any sort of questions, comments, messages down below. For those of you guys that are way more seasoned in numerology, please feel free to leave down below in the comments just any sort of additional information that I may have missed, because like I said, I'm not that well versed in this science, just to help me out and some other people out that may be new to this as well. But other than that, you guys get comfortable, kick back, grab some drinks or food or whatever, and let's jump into this reading. All right, Life Path 1, welcome to your reading. So starting off with the vibration of number 1, whether you are a Life Path 1 or just checking into a different part of your numerological chart, that is ruled by the vibration of 1. The vibration of 1 is known as the pioneer of the numbers. This is said to be an independent, natural-born leader. Best dates associated with this vibration are the 10th, 12th, 13th, 19th, 21st, 28th, and the 30th. The astrological associations with this vibration are the sun, who, surprise, surprise, is also exalted in Aries, the very first sign of the zodiac. And sun solar energy is all about the me factor, embracing its authenticity, uniqueness, and being proud of who it was naturally designed to be. Sun has a lot of focus around destiny as it feels aligned with the stars. And the vibration of number 1 is said to be very closely aligned to the concept of destiny overall. So now let's look into your tarot energy here. So the card on the left will be showing me the energy surrounding the challenges that Saturn is going to be helping you overcome in regards to the vibration of number 1 or the life path 1. And then the card on the right will be showing me the different changes, transformations, and revelations that Pluto energy will be bringing to your life and reality. Then we're going to be pulling additional oracle cards for some additional messages from your spiritual team or entourage, as well as looking into some messages for you regarding Mercury retrograde, who will be going retrograde April 21st to May 14th, but we are already in the shadow zone. So getting started with the challenges that you are overcoming, we have here the Hangman, and some different changes, transformations, and revelations Pluto's bringing to your life will be surrounding the Ten of Cups energy. All right, so in terms of the Saturn challenges that you were overcoming, there was definitely some hardwired beliefs that you may have had about yourself, other people, or life in general, that Saturn is breaking you from. So you may resonate with the idea of feeling like you had to reinvent yourself, make some serious changes, or establishing yourself in the recent past, because Hangman is ruled by Neptune and Pisces, and these energies have everything to do with the process of undoing the self. So Pisces and Neptune is where we lose or abandon everything that we know, especially surrounding the ego that keeps us attached to a specific identity. So whatever ego death that you have been under or will go through, you will overcome this, as it has been very challenging for a lot of my 1 vibrations that have been going through some sort of an ego death or an evolution, because Hangman upright, he chooses his fate, he welcomes his sentence, and he does not struggle with it. In reverse, he may be resisting a little bit by still trying to hold on to certain aspects of that old ego or that old life reality. He may be trying to hold on to whatever he can from his old life, even though it has been slipping away through his fingers. So Saturn has shown up for your life path number or the vibration 1 to actually provide assistance and support to basically help you not only overcome this Hangman process, but to actually gain a lifetime's worth of enlightenment from this. It'll also help you to trust your future a lot more, where you're going, who you're becoming. I keep hearing as well. And Saturn will help you go through and overcome the very experiences that you are anticipating to overwhelm you. They will not overwhelm you. They're actually helping you become more flexible, so you do not fight change so much in the future. Flexibility will be a very strong talent for your future. Adapting more easily will help you see and use the benefits around you. It'll also help you be more creative for those of my vibration 1s that are very creative people. So some of you may enter, exit, or go through your Saturn return in the next 3 years as well, with Hangman in reverse here. Some other life or mundane everyday challenges that you guys may face with this new Saturn ingress with Hangman here could have issues to do with sleep and insomnia, because Hangman is ruled by Neptune and Pisces. So you may have a lot of challenges surrounding lack of structure in your life. So if you know what Pisces rules in your chart, look to that house or area of your chart. For example, if Pisces rules your 2nd house, this is where Saturn is visiting, and it will bring a lot more structure to your finances by making you more financially conscious. But wherever Pisces rules in your chart, maybe where you notice a lack of order, and that's what Saturn is targeting for my life path 1s and bringing my vibration 1s and bringing a lot of consciousness, awareness, structure, and maturity to that area. Some of you may also deal with a revelation surrounding friends, family, or a connection in your life. As you can see, Hangman has this nimbus or a halo around his head, which just means enlightenment or awareness. So he's seeing something clearly for the first time, and this is what triggers a permanent change for him as he faces the next card, which is death. And death is the card of permanent transformation and transition. So some of you may have your eyes open to whatever signs that you may have been ignoring around you. With Pisces Neptune, who rules Hangman, these energies rule hidden information, enemies, agendas being brought to light, being brought to the surface where we can't ignore it. And again, that's what initiates some sort of permanent change. Some other challenges that you may face and overcome is blockages all day. So the next 3 years with the Saturn ingress will clear out so many blocks for you in multiple areas of your life. Definitely creative blocks you may have been dealing with on and off for a while, blocks surrounding communication and connection to yourself or spirit in general, any sort of lack of direction in your life, blockages surrounding your purpose and identity. Some of you have been feeling like you are living a double life, which will be addressed in a way that you either pick your present or your future, or you find a way to comfortably merge two opposing aspects in your life. Like I said, Hangman in reverse is fighting to hold on to something and he can't. So there's this moment where you will overcome a need to hold on to something that has been conflicting with your present and your future. As far as some Pluto changes and transformations and revelations, we have over here the Ten of Cups. And so this card is also ruled by Pisces from my vibration 1 people. So Pisces, Neptune, Jupiter, 12th house energy will be very potent for you concerning Pluto energy as well. And Pluto is the great destroyer. I have always described her as the crone of astrology because she sits in 2 places at once between the living and the dead. So she has this knowledge of both sides and even in between. So Ten of Cups is the card that deals with family unit, close-knit connections and community, and a sense of camaraderie. So it's not just having a community, but a community that is close, loyal, and supportive. So this card is all about a sense of emotional fulfillment. Life cannot get any better in terms of the people that I am surrounded by when we are dealing with the Ten of Cups right here. So life path 1, vibration 1 people, you are the natural leader in numerology, and leading is not easy because a leader leads, meaning that they stand alone in a lot of ways. So there's not a lot of people that can show up as an equal to a leader. And you know the saying that it's lonely at the top. So Pluto is bringing transformation to you guys where you feel like finally I have people around me that get me, or that I can talk to and share things with. I can share some sort of a load with. Emotionally, you may feel a lot more supportive, big transformations coming there where you feel like you'll have a real support system, especially if that has been lacking leading up to this Pluto ingress. And this doesn't have to just have to be like in the physical realm, but also spiritually. I'm seeing a lot of vibration 1s feeling the strongest connection to their spiritual entourage. So your ancestors, especially in this card, you may feel a lot more close to. There may be revelations, things that you discover and are enlightened to when it comes to your actual lineage and family. A lot of your dreams over the next few years may be actually channeled messages and information coming from your ancestry, your ancestral line, your ancestral lineage. I'm also seeing things tie together for you guys that is in need of a specific structure or system. Like, for example, businesses need certain people fulfilling certain roles in order for the business to run smoothly. So let's say, for example, you started a business and you've been needing, like, I don't know, a bookkeeper, someone to keep track of like all of your finances. So this is you finding the perfect match or person to fill that role. And not only are they good at that job, but there's like a sense of family. Maybe it's an actual family member that takes that position. And this is a thing with my life path 1s or my vibration 1s, whatever it is that you need in your life in terms of something being fulfilled, the people called into your life to help you or support you or fulfill that position will feel like family. And that's important because what is the idea of family? You know, like the concept of it is it's a group of related people bound by blood. So the idea with family is they're supposed to be more trustworthy, honest, and loyal than people that are not blood. So whether this is actual relatives or people coming into your life that you don't share DNA with, you will end up feeling like you are surrounded by family, like people that you can trust and truly depend on. It'll feel like a strong community around you. So big transformations coming to that area of your life. There could be some major changes to your family as well. You may be adding people to your family, having children, adopting, getting married. There could even be divorces within your family engagements, but whatever changes that does happen in this family unit, it's meant to create more unity in this system here. All right, so let's grab some messages from Saturn. What does Saturn want you to focus on? We have here New Moon in Cancer, relax. It wants you to relax a lot more from my vibration 1s. And then underneath the deck, we have Full Moon in Virgo, take inspired action. So when it comes to taking action, any of the places that you need to take action, you are in a very active vibration, number 1. So wherever it is that you need to take action, Saturn wants you to focus on relaxing through the different choices, decisions, places that you feel like you need to act or make some sort of change in. It wants you to sort of relax into that change. Like I said, getting a lot more flexible with this Hangman energy right here. Let's grab some intuitive messages that Pluto and Saturn may be trying to communicate to you. Okay, we have here, be soft in your heart, but firm in your boundaries. This could be another thing that's happening for a lot of my life path ones, is a lot more structure surrounding your boundaries, especially with this Hangman in reverse right here in Ten of Cups. Then we have here, watch for signs from the universe. Like I said, definitely pay attention to your dreams, because there could be a lot of messages and downloads coming from your ancestors over the next few years here for vibration 1. Let's see what Pluto is working on healing in you guys' life. Okay, and we have here duality. So wherever there needs to be some sort of harmony between opposites, differences, it's working with that. And then we have here discernment as well. So a lot more discernment. Pluto is also helping to heal and transform in the vibration 1's life and reality. Let's grab a goddess energy for you guys. What is this? 2 cards. Let's see what we get. We have here Oshun, cleanse, protect your energy. Kind of sounds a lot like your Hangman in reverse and your Ten of Cups. And then we have Kali, transformation, just the card of transformation. So this is your goddess Pluto crone energy surrounding my vibration 1's over the next few years here. And it says nothing stays the same. Allow new light to shine on old darkness. This is totally that Hangman in reverse situation right here that some of you may be fighting a little bit. Then we have Athena, trust. Yeah, surrender your concerns to the universe. You have been heard. So just know that you have been heard. For my vibration 1's, don't feel like the universe is ignoring you. And then a final message here from Mercury retrograde, which is happening April 21st to May 14th, 2023. Okay, that really jumped out. We have here inner compass. I'm going to read this out of the book. And there's a polar bear on the front. And then underneath the deck, we have water priestess. So there's also, some of you guys are water priestesses or priests, like you like working with water, maybe the water elements or water energy and spirits really love working with you. But again, that's more of that Pisces, Neptunian 12th house influence that we were talking about with your Hangman and your Ten of Cups here. And a message from Mercury retrograde says, this is all about pearls of wisdom, thriving after difficulties, turning triggers into growth. I alchemize my life experience into shining soul gems. I have faith in my healing. I am resilient and resourceful. It says, like the gentle breeze that serenades the goddess to shore, this card celebrates your rebirth after a period of intensity. This is that Hangman. It says, the making of a masterpiece requires time and effort. So too does the refinement of your soul light. Have patience in yourself as you slowly but surely turn triggers into growth. You are ready to unveil a naked authenticity born of alchemical life experience. Beyond the trials and tribulations is your heaven on earth. You will indeed flourish. Your heaven on earth is this Ten of Cups right here. It says this is also a temporal quality to this card, as it speaks of integrating the lessons and skills that your soul has gained over many lifetimes, distilling them into precious gems of love and wisdom. In this incarnation, you are meant to ascend to the next level and shine your soul light brighter than ever before. And it says, what am I now in the process of alchemizing in my life? So this is a question and a message from Mercury retrograde. But anyways, vibration 1, life path 1 people, thank you guys so very much for tuning in. This is all that I'm seeing for you guys. I'm going to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys. All right, for my life path 2s or vibration 2 people, welcome to your reading. So starting off with life path 2s or the vibration of 2. 2s are kind of like scorekeepers, being that your number is naturally aligned to harmony. Equilibrium is the priority of the vibration 2, being ruled by the moon. This number is a natural empath, very easy to tap into other people's energy and even collective energies. Vibration 2 individuals may have inherited their spiritual gifts, especially from their mother's side. They could associate very strongly with their spiritual abilities or have always felt connected to ritual, magic, ceremony, and planet Earth in general. This number also has a natural tendency to pick up on details that are almost eerily accurate before they happen. The best dates associated with this number is said to be 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 19, 20, 21, and 28, 29, and 30. So starting off your tarot energy here, the card on the left will be showing me the challenges that Saturn is helping you overcome with this new Saturn ingress. And the card on the right will be showing me the different transformations, changes, and revelations that this new Pluto ingress in the sign of Aquarius will be bringing to your life and reality. Then we'll pull oracle cards to check out some other messages from your spiritual team, as well as a specific message from this upcoming Mercury retrograde, which will be happening April 21st to May 14th. So starting off the challenges that Saturn is helping you overcome, we have the Emperor in reverse. Some different transformations coming to your life. We have Six of Pentacles in reverse. So for my vibration to people, whether you are life path 2 or you just have the 2 vibration in another part of your numerological chart, the Saturn challenge that you're overcoming, starting off the Emperor in reverse, this is issues definitely surrounding power dynamics, control, or lack thereof, is where Saturn is bringing an immense amount of support and direction. You have an important job to take on in the near future, which is why a lot of you may feel some sort of an intuitive call to step away from anything or anyone that you are assisting or helping build their own plans. You taking orders and direction will come to an end pretty soon, because this role will essentially be flipped for a lot of my pile 2s in some area of your life. Emperor is ruled by Aries, the first sign in the zodiac. It's all about first impressions, initiation, making the first move, and leaving its mark somewhere. Emperor has a strong affiliation with work and career, so this could be something that you see happen over the next few years, where a lot of you guys take on more of a role where you are calling the shots. This will be challenging for a lot of you because you may naturally be uncomfortable with leading. You being so naturally empathic and intuitive means that you are never fooled by the surface level. You see things for what they are. So when you look at leadership, you don't just see someone in charge. You also see a role that is full of responsibility. You see a duty. So for a lot of you guys, this is uncomfortable because you are fully aware of this position and what it comes with, but you are meant to step up to this in some way. And it doesn't have to be just professionally. This could even be in your personal life. Another challenge that you are overcoming is in dealing with a possible masculine figure, maybe like a father figure, maybe a spouse or a significant other, somebody with a lot of masculine energy. This could also be talking about uncomfortably taking some of your power from someone that has been essentially like sort of over you in some way. So maybe they were always making the decisions, laying down the law, and this Emperor in reverse may be encouraging you to speak up more, to be more self-involved, or maybe saying that there is a transfer of power to you happening in the near future, and you will have to learn how to take on that position. On the flip side, for others of you, this is also learning how to almost let people down in a way, learning how to make really difficult decisions and how to kind of like the idea that's coming to mind here is like, let's just say that like you get promoted to like a position where you are able to hire and fire people. You have to make the decision, or you have to be the one that sits down and has these conversations and tell people like, hey, we got to let you go. It's like there's something very uncomfortable about being the one that's like, you're the one that's making the decisions, and you're the ones that's having to like confront those decisions and like the fallout kind of behind certain things. So that's another thing that Saturn is helping you overcome, as well as too, this is also talking about a challenge and learning how to stop being in control in every aspect of your life. So you may be introduced to someone or something that comes along to help you, and that may be a difficult adjustment in the beginning for some of you, especially for those of you that have learned over time to be emotionally independent. If that's you, there is a softer era happening in your personal life that will challenge you to maybe trust a bit more. For those of you that may be in business for yourself, I guess this could also apply to like a job that has like a lot of weight to it. Things may grow a lot over the next few years, and there may come a time where you have to collaborate with someone else. And some of you guys with Emperor in reverse have really taken on the attitude of like, if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself, and that will not get the job done the way it needs to be done. Moving forward, it's like you're going to have to collaborate and maybe learn how to work with other people. So that's another challenge that Saturn will be helping some of you overcome. In terms of some 3D mundane everyday life challenges that you may see some issues regarding your home with this Emperor in reverse, maybe moving frequently for some reason, because Emperor is very settled, being the card of security. In reverse, this can talk about moving quite a bit, not being able to get settled somewhere. And for my life path 2s ruled by the moon, who's regarded as as the mother in astrology. This is the planet of comfort and safety, security. So you guys may feel like you operate the best when you have like a nice firm plan that you can depend on. Challenges surrounding plans falling through is something that Saturn is showing up to help you overcome as well. This is getting used to having to improvise and getting a lot more creative with the circumstances that are right in front of you. You could see some issues with your father or father figure, or maybe even a boss type, maybe issues within your relationship as well. Or if you share children with someone, there could be issues regarding that, making some sort of decision or seeing eye to eye on how to raise them, maybe how to co-parent or what is best for them, or just how to parent in general. There could be issues surrounding ownership with something as well, maybe property, it could be a business, or maybe finances, how to run them, how to spend things, as well as independence. Just your sense of independence or the way that you define it and think that it should look like will change a lot. And Saturn will help you properly adjust to that. So some of you could have North Node in your first house in your natal chart, or the North Node maybe transiting your first house, which means that South Node is somewhere in your seventh. I'm saying that because I'm saying for a lot of you, you want to make something work, like a partnership with someone else, but it'll almost be easier to do certain things on your own. Certain things it's going to be easier to do on your own. Other things it's going to be easier if you learn how to sort of like collaborate with someone else or cooperate with someone else. Now, moving on to the Pluto changes, transformations, and revelations, we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse over here. So wherever you think you need help is where you will feel a lot of changes in terms of it's better I do this on my own. And wherever you think that you are better off on your own is where you're going to find that it's easier to delegate and receive help from other people with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. For my vibration 2 people, you are also ruled by the moon again. So for a lot of you, the Six of Pentacles in reverse is talking about your ability to provide versus receive. You'll see a lot of transformation surrounding that. When is it appropriate for you to provide, and when should you expect to receive? That may have been off in the past with the Six of Pentacles showing up in reverse for you. So something could have been off about your expectations in terms of, I do not expect help here versus over there. You may have noticed that you wouldn't ask for help until you were completely overwhelmed. And somewhere Pluto is transforming you to be able to ask for assistance before things go too far, like how they have in the past. Pluto will also be transforming you where the help that shows up in your life is actually helpful. So some of you guys, you have felt like you had bad luck in the past when it came to like asking for help, or just help in general. Like someone may have said, I can help with this, but they may have ended up leaving you with even more of a mess or more confusion or more for you to do. So, but Pluto is definitely helping you tap into your natural moon lunar energy. There's also a lot more cosmic and spiritual help coming in when it comes to your manifestations, prayers, and intentions. Instead of you trying to make everything happen on your end, this is more cosmic help coming in. So for those of you where in the past people expected you to not receive like full monetary support for your services, that is transforming as well. You will find in the future that you actually get paid what you are worth and what you bring to the table. So it's like whatever it is that you're responsible for, you'll find people actually like returning that energy in terms of like finances, like money. So higher quality customers, business partners, or work in general is also happening for my vibration 2 people. So let's start getting some oracle cards. Let's grab some oracle cards for some Saturn messages. We have here, know your worth. Exactly. New moon in Taurus. So this is something that's very, very, that Saturn and Pluto is very focused on in your life over the next few years. Then we have here full moon in Leo, go wild. So this is about you guys like not necessarily settling at all with this full moon in Leo, go wild. It's a very prideful sign, very prideful energy. So it's important for Leo to feel like they're being treated like how they should be treated. So you guys are definitely not settling between these two energies of knowing your worth and going wild. Full moon, new moon in Taurus, full moon in Leo. Let's grab some intuition cards here. See what intuitively Saturn and Pluto will be communicating to you. And as well as too, maybe even with a little bit of Mercury retrograde, because sometimes that can sort of we can confuse our intuitive voice during those Mercury retrograde periods. So let's see. Okay, there's only love or fear. There is only love or fear. There's no in between. So it's like either you guys are trusting something or you feel like something is not trustworthy, or you're scared of something. It says underneath the deck, the love that you seek is seeking you. So whatever it is that you're looking for is also looking for you. For my vibration 2s, which makes sense, you guys are the number of harmony. Let's see what it is that Pluto is healing in your life, or focused on healing for you guys. Yeah, it's getting rid of any sort of burdens with the burden card here. And then we also have here death. This is talking about permanent change, transformation. So anything that has maybe ended in your life that was very difficult for you guys to maybe adjust to, or maybe you guys took on a lot more responsibility because something ended in your life. So with death here, this is talking about any sort of burden, like we were sort of talking about with your tarot cards down here, any sort of burden, wherever it is that you guys need help and assistance, that is coming in. So that's another thing that Pluto is healing for you guys, is this feeling of burden and any sort of issues that you guys may have surrounding closure. Maybe some of you guys are welcoming closure, welcoming permanent change in your life. And that is something that Pluto is also helping you guys with this death card here. And then underneath the deck, we have for you transformation. So this is just the card of transformation. So overall transformation with you guys is physical life, reality, just in general, coming over the next few years. Let's grab a goddess message. Which goddess is overseeing your next few years with this Pluto energy? Yeah, exactly. Lilith independence, like exactly what I was talking about with your Emperor card down here. And it says recognize your own potential. It's exactly what you guys are doing with this Emperor in reverse card over here. And this is almost like an exclamation point concerning your Saturn energy for Lilith independence to come out over here. Underneath that, Mami Wati adaptability and Hebe inner child was underneath that. But underneath the deck for you, we have here Hera resilience, and it says obstacles are preparation for greater accomplishment. So just know that whatever sort of obstacles that you guys are facing over the next few years, first of all, you're protected and you're supported through them, and they are preparing you for greater accomplishment, especially with this Emperor card in reverse over here for sure. So it's definitely not in vain. And then a final message here from Mercury retrograde, a very specific message for my vibration 2 people. We have here the source. I'm going to read this out of the book. And then underneath the deck, we have shadow waters, divine spiral, and inner compass was also sticking out underneath. And the source here says subconscious power, intuitive strength, the sacred rhythm of life, tapping into the self. Every word is a spell. Every thought is a thread. Every person is a teacher, and every shadow is a light. And it says here, there is magic within us, an endless source of creative potential. And the Mercury retrograde message for you, or a message from Mercury retrograde, is there is magic within us, an endless source of creative potential, gives us the ability to transform and soulfully evolve. Each facet of our human experience is blessed to grow and bloom. Every day we are reborn. And this is that death card right here. In any moment, you can begin to shift the trajectory of your life. You can start over, clear away the energetic cobwebs. That's that transformation energy underneath the deck over here, as well as burden. It says clear away the energetic cobwebs, rewire the path of your thoughts. If you have been waiting for a sign, or if you need a gentle reminder of just how brilliant you are, dear one, remember that you are connected to an infinite network of creation. You are a mirror of the divine. You are the bridge between thought and expression. You are the source, beautifully embodied. And the question that Mercury retrograde will be asking you, or the theme surrounding this Mercury retrograde for you, is where is my power sourced? So this is all about transmission and illumination. And pile 2, or not pile 2, but vibration 2. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. This is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Life Path 3, or Vibration 3s, welcome to your reading. So basically, when it comes to the vibration of 3, this number is able to form a trinity or a trine, which is a very blessed aspect in astrology. So the number 3 is said to be naturally lucky or fortunate, being ruled by the planet Jupiter, god of abundance and expansion. Being touched or graced by Jupiter makes this number a natural traveler or explorer, very sociable, free-spirited, family-oriented, and gifted with wisdom, even at a very young age. It's easy for Life Path 3s, or the vibration of 3, to attract whatever they conjure in their mind, and even easier to attract people into their lives. Life Path 3s are also known to be very generous, optimistic, inspirational, and good communicators. The vibration 3 is the number that creates harmony, which is the result of attraction. So 3s are said to be natural manifestors, highly skilled craftsmen or artists, and very creative. Lucky days for the vibration 3 are said to be the 3rd, 12th, 21st, and the 30th. Now getting to your tarot energy, starting off with the card on the left, this is going to be showing me the challenges that Saturn is helping you to overcome with this new Saturn ingress Pisces, and the card on the right will be showing me what changes, transformations, and revelations that Pluto will be bringing into your life with this new Pluto transit through Aquarius. And then we'll be pulling oracle cards and messages from your spiritual team surrounding just some additional messages, as well as even a very specific message, a personalized message from Mercury retrograde to your number. So getting started with the Saturn challenges that you were overcoming, we have the moon in reverse. And some changes and revelations that Pluto is bringing to you, we have the Magician upright. So the challenges Saturn is stepping in to help you overcome is Moon in reverse, and getting the obvious out of the way first. Moon card is all about a lack of clarity and direction. So only being able to depend on intuition and instincts because there's no clear indications around as to what to do next and where to go or what is happening. So this card is also ruled by Pisces, and this is a sign that Saturn just ingressed. So Saturn will have a very big impact on everyone, but particularly the vibration 3 will feel this. So anywhere that you have 3 showing up in your numerological chart will really be felt by the Saturn ingress. So Saturn will be helping a lot of 3s out of any confusing places, situations, connections, experiences, even jobs or chapters that you may be in. What I'm getting intuitively, and also because this card is in reverse, is Saturn is helping those of my 3s that need some space and time to maybe even get lost and figure things out, which might sound weird if you don't find yourself in that place, but sometimes we may find ourselves halfway into a situation, decision, or a commitment before we realize that, this isn't right for me. So this can talk about Saturn helping a lot of my life path 3s, vibration 3s, avoid any possible regret in the future, getting you out of certain situations before you realize that they are not meant for you or that you're not meant to be there. Moon in reverse sort of talks about, for example, as well, being on a road trip and realizing after hours of travel that you've been going in the wrong direction. And now there's all these extra miles and hours that you've put in that you've lost because you were going the wrong way. So Saturn, being the planet of structure, says, I'm going to help you form more confidence in where you are headed by making you more astute and calculating, not as trusting, which might sound bad, but Saturn aims to make life path 3s or just 3s in general more perceptive and discerning, especially with your surroundings and people or situations around you, because the moon here and you guys being ruled by 3, you are naturally intuitive, but moon is in reverse, meaning that some of you have a knack for talking yourself out of believing your intuition, even when it has tried to tell you or warn you about something, or maybe it's tried to warn you about someone many times before, and you may have thought, oh, I'm just being paranoid, So Saturn is moving in to make you more trusting of your intuition and less trusting of your surroundings, almost more street smart for some of you. After Saturn transits Pisces, you'll be able to easily pick up on hidden intentions, because whatever you're being prepared for, Saturn is saying, I need you to trust yourself more than anyone else, especially when it comes to anything or anyone that could possibly waste your time by sending you in the wrong direction or making you feel as though you're going in the wrong direction. A lot of you guys have already experienced that before, and it just ends up with a lot of regret that you have to work through and work your way out of and work on forgiving yourself for it. And Saturn is stepping in to completely help you avoid that. So Saturn is also a protector. The way he protects is painful at times, which sounds counterproductive, but it's like a father figure that says, let them gain the experience so they know how to take care of themselves in the future when they are dealing with real situations and real consequences that they can't come back from. So Saturn's main priority is you guys overcoming deceit for sure, as well as any past regret you guys may be carrying in your energy, and also avoiding future problems that you are aware of intuitively, but you might be keeping yourself from seeing or realizing or believing your own intuition. So you guys have strong premonition, and it's clear as day with this moon card here. And that's the energy version of your Saturn reading. Now, looking into some mundane everyday challenges that Saturn is helping you overcome is any emotional issues or problems that you guys may have been dealing with. Saturn is going to help in terms of coping mechanisms and techniques. So some of you may have You may have had unhealthy ways of coping in the past, with moon here being ruled by Pisces energy. And Pisces deals with emotional clarity and cleansing, which is not always handled properly because Pisces is so invasive. It's a very deep sign. So in reverse, some of you may not have always dealt with your heavier emotions properly. And this was more than likely something that you dealt with since childhood. No one helped some of you process the really difficult stuff at a young age. And so you did what you could and you managed the best that you could. And it only ended up evolving the older that you got. So Saturn over the next 3 years will be targeting and helping with that. If you guys struggle with being early risers, you want to start waking up earlier, there's things that you want to dedicate yourself to, like maybe a healthier diet. Saturn is bringing a lot of structure overall to your life with Pisces card, with the Pisces card here. So it will make you more mechanical in some areas of your life where you are craving more routine. Some of you with moon in reverse feels like people call you when they need something. Some of you may feel like someone doesn't take you seriously or like they don't claim you publicly. Saturn is bringing really strong boundaries and clarity to those connections if you have them in your life. There's also an end to night terrors as well for someone here with this moon in reverse. I mean, it's like anxiety that hits at night while you're sleeping. So this could be like maybe PTSD for someone that has been actually diagnosed with it. Saturn will help you prioritize getting proper help with that, as well as the majority of you being able to sleep through the night peacefully. So any sort of issues surrounding feminine energy and aspects as well is another thing that Saturn is helping you overcome. Like maybe your ability to be vulnerable, emotionally transparent, maybe that made you paranoid in the past, but Saturn is helping you overcome a lot of fears, especially surrounding that. In terms of different changes, transformations, and revelations that Pluto is bringing into your life with the Magician upright, this could be about changes coming to how you manifest in general or what you manifest. Pluto is very essence type energy, meaning that she deals with the truth at the source of any entity. She knows how to extract that. So for you guys with the Magician here, magical transformations coming to your life overall with Pluto's focus in your life. A lot of you will notice the things that you said out of your mouth in the past manifest right in front of you, with the Magician being ruled by Mercury. So this card is all about the power that we hold with our words and thoughts. Many life path 3s or vibration 3s may notice that you get involved in public speaking over the next few years, maybe podcasting, lecturing, teaching, running classes in your specific niche, maybe even writing a book, putting out some sort of like philosophical or intellectual work or something like that. And especially for those of you that said in the past, I would love to do this or make money doing that. That is a big transformation that Pluto is making happen in your life. This is as above, so below when we're dealing with the Magician. So there's something that you guys have been saying and thinking for some time now, and it has literally seeded itself in your physical reality. So this could have something to do with any aspect of your life, health, lifestyle, finances, relationships, wherever, but it's definitely happening for you. Pluto is also an extractor, like I mentioned. And with the Magician here, this is talking about transformation coming in the way that you guys communicate and in your ability to get the truth out of people and situations. How you negotiate and settle differences will also transform. The Magician mainly talks about needs and resources. So expect very big changes to come to your essentials, how much you have and own, what you possess, and your ability to draw it in. There is stability coming to your income, and not just financially, but it's like your ability to create steady flow of materials as well as coming in. More business coming in, information, money, opportunities. Something wasn't steady before, or you may have dealt with like a lot of dry seasons, but there's a transformation for the better in terms of things flowing and there not being as much downtime as you experienced in the past. So Pluto may have left some of you guys career houses, like the 2nd, 6th, or the 10th houses, because they can talk about assets, finances, resources, material goods, supplies that is in your possession that you own. And that's the Magician's position as well in tarot. The way he's pointing up and down is like some of you went through extreme highs and severe lows, and these lows won't be nearly as destabilizing as they have been in the past. I keep hearing you'll have enough for rainy days as well. So this could be you guys savings or like your reserves being stacked to get through some sort of like downtime for those of you that used to get really impacted by those down periods. Now let's start grabbing some messages, some clear messages from Saturn and Pluto. So we have here for you, first quarter moon in Scorpio, release your blocks. So there's a lot of blockages getting released. Lots of blockages getting released for you guys. Underneath the deck here, we have here, go wild, full moon in Leo. So you guys are going to be able to go wild because there's not going to be so many blockages surrounding you guys, just in terms of, especially when it comes to things that were like not clear. So confusion may have served as like a blockage for a lot of my vibration threes in the past, where it's just like, because you didn't have clear information, you didn't have clear answers, maybe it impacted your ability to take action, to move forward, to make really big plans or set really big intentions with this go wild card over here. So that's another thing that is getting cleared up with Saturn and Pluto. Let's grab some intuition cards just to see intuitively or what your intuition may be trying to say to you through your Saturn Pluto energy. And with this Mercury retrograde, we have here release judgment of yourself and others. So this is another thing that you guys are going to be overcoming, not just over the next few years, but also too with this Mercury retrograde is releasing judgment of yourself and others. And underneath the deck here, we have wonder at the miracle of your body. So there's going to be some sort of wonders that you guys notice with your body. It could be like miraculous healing or something like maybe wonderful occurring with some of you guys' bodies, maybe even like having a child or getting pregnant or watching different changes with your body, maybe watching your body heal from certain things or come back from certain things or get healthier in some ways. Let's grab some healing messages from Pluto for you. Flipped over. So, yeah. We have here creativity. So a lot more creativity coming in, and the moon card being ruled by Pisces does have a lot to do with creativity. So if there's been any sort of issues surrounding creativity in the past, that is another thing that Pluto is really helping to heal and is bringing a lot of life back into with these chalices here and this water being poured in. It's like this Pluto energy is bringing like a lot of life back into your creative juices, I guess you could say. And then we also have here movement into balance. This is another thing that Pluto is helping to heal, is anything that was out of balance, out of whack for my vibration threes, life path threes, or wherever the vibration of 3 shows up in your numerological chart. Pluto is helping with that, or it's helping to heal that. Let's grab a goddess energy. So what goddess energy, High Priestess, is going to be overseeing the next few years for you? With Pluto, I just see Pluto as the crone, so I see her as goddess energy. So let's see how she may be coming to you, through what goddess she may be working through. We have here hair, resilience, obstacles are preparation for greater accomplishment. So whatever it is that you guys are going through or will be going through, it's preparing you for a greater accomplishment, to take on something even greater, to achieve something even greater. I kind of feel like with this card over here, like what I'm picking up is almost like there's something that you couldn't even imagine maybe achieving, that this energy, that this Pluto energy is transforming you to, where you're going to be able to like achieve something that you couldn't even like dream of or imagine. Then we have here Vesta, sacred space, tend to your soul in the comfort of your sanctuary. So, and then there's a pregnant woman on this card. Like I mentioned, for some of you, there could be maybe expanding your family, having a child, or this could be more metaphorical, where you guys are like pregnant in some way, whether you are male or female, where you're like pregnant in some way with like maybe a new idea or a new chapter, a new beginning. But also too, it's sacred space. What this is telling me, especially if this is more so metaphorical, is that a lot of new beginnings are going to start at you guys' altar or in you guys' sacred space. So even if you don't have an altar in your home, just spending some time meditating, praying, setting intentions is where a lot of new beginnings are going to start for you. And then a final message here from Mercury retrograde for you, which will be happening April 21st to May 14th. In the sign of Taurus. Let's see what Mercury retrograde wants to say to you. Okay, we have here Temple of Dreams came out for you. And then underneath the deck, we have Nurture Yourself. Underneath that is Atlantean dreams. So watch you guys' dreams. But Temple of Dreams here. So I'm going to read Temple of Dreams out of the deck 1 second. In vibration 3, this is your personalized message from Mercury retrograde, but Temple of Dreams here says temptations, options, opportunities, illusion, all that glitters is not gold. This is talking about that moon card and reverse energy. It says, I seek the gifts that most align. I reclaim balance through my choices. I devote my heart to my highest good. It says sometimes less is more, and the simplest route will be the one that best serves you. If you are suddenly faced with multiple choices or a complex decision to make, measure your options from a deeper place of spirit. If you focus on the route that best serves your heart rather than what may seem seductive or popular, it will blossom in return. Gauge how each outcome feels and go with the option that feels most sustainable. Navigate your path from the fullness of your spirit, and you may come across entirely new dimensions that were previously obscured. Trust the subtle whispers. Which doorway will you choose? And then the question here is, do I need to gather more information before making a particular decision? This is totally talking about this moon card and reverse energy. But Life Path 3 or Vibration 3, this is it for your reading. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, Life Path 4 or Vibration 4, welcome to your reading. So starting off with a little bit about the number 4. This vibration is known as the one that brings things into form in numerology. So 4 makes things solid and real. This number is said to be hardworking, stable, reliable, fixated on security or securing unstable situations. This vibration is the number that rules realism, so nothing about this number is idealistic. It's usually very analytical, logical, and believes in applying hard work to making dreams come true. 4s are said to be very orderly and almost militant in their work schedule or routine and rarely break from habit, making you very traditional in a lot of ways. This vibration is very practical but also ambitious and loves accomplishing things that it has set its mind to. This vibration is said to be ruled by either Uranus, planet of disruption, rebellion, setting trends, and free will, or Rahu, which is the north node or northern pole of the moon in astrology. And this is associated with fate, the future, and achievement, making this energy very obsessive, narrow-focused, and determined. The lucky days for the vibration of 4 is said to be 4, 8, 13, 17, 22, and 31. So starting off with your tarot energy, this card on the left will be showing me the challenges that Saturn is helping you to overcome, and the card on the right will be showing me the changes, transformations, and revelations that Pluto is bringing to your life over the next few years. Then we'll be pulling some additional oracle cards on camera to download some additional messages from your spiritual team, as well as to get a personalized message for you for this upcoming Mercury retrograde happening April 21st to May 14th. So starting off with the challenges that Saturn is addressing for you, we have here the Ten of Wands. And the changes and revelations that Pluto is bringing to your life, we have the Three of Wands. So Saturn challenges your overcoming. We have the 10 of Wands. So Life Path 4 or Vibration 4, wherever 4 shows up in your chart, you guys are going to make it. It's very important to know there's a heavy burden a lot of Life Path 4s or Vibration 4s have been carrying or dealing with or trying to manage. And Saturn does not believe in long-term management because it is not sustainable in the long run. Saturn may be long-suffering in some ways, but this planet is all about reaching the pinnacle, eventually getting the job done, and succession by any means necessary. 10 of Wands showing up in this position for my 4s is saying that you will get there. Some sort of fight, struggle, or burden is almost over, and the closer you get, almost the harder it seems. So Saturn is also helping a lot of you overcome the challenge that is showing up as depleted energy. Some of you have been operating on very low energy levels and exhaustion for a while. You may have felt pushed beyond your limit, like you were ready to break at any given moment. So Saturn is stepping in to give you guys that is in that position, that extra win, push your energy, whatever it is that you need to complete this job, goal, or responsibility. Whatever this 10 of Wands is, for those of you that have felt like you have been engaging in spiritual warfare, Saturn will help provide the means and spiritual assistance to get through that. Saturn is a lot like Mars in terms terms of being a warrior, which is why Mars is exalted in Saturn Capricorn energy. But they're very alike in terms of being a warrior, but Saturn is a bit more seasoned, being that it's more of an outer planet, and it's regarded as the father of time, karma, discipline, challenges, and fears. So Saturn showing up for you when it comes to any Ten of Wands situations in your life is showing up to help you carry this from my 4 vibrations. So whatever it is that you feel like giving up on or walking away from, Saturn is saying that it won't let you give up because you are nearly there and you can't see it because look at this Ten of Wands. He's looking down. He's only focused on the next step that he has to take. He's not looking way ahead into the future because he literally only has enough energy to get through each step. And so that's what he's focusing on, is the right here and now, what he has energy for or what he has to do, honestly. Not even though he has like the energy or the strength, but it's like somebody has to do it, is totally the energy of the Ten of Wands. So you guys have been sourcing strength, determination, and motivation wherever you can just to be able to take one more step for too long. And you guys have been taking a lot of hits from several different angles for too long, with this being the Ten of Wands right here. So Saturn is moving out of some of you guys' 5th or 9th house, maybe even your 1st house, because this is a focus on your wand fire energy, which is what rules our conscious motive, intention, and purpose. This is why Saturn won't allow you to give up, because there's a very significant purpose here for a lot of my life path 4s or vibration 4s. This could be an actual life purpose or spiritual purpose that you guys heavily identify with, but it has taken a lot out of you. So for those of you dealing with sobriety, maybe struggling to stick with it, that support is another thing that Saturn is bringing in and helping you overcome in a way where you feel this reinvigorated passion to stay on the path. A lot of you have been fighting for motive, asking the universe or God to give you the motivation to keep going because something has been too hard, whatever that is, because it's different for all of you. But no matter what it is, that is exactly what Saturn is moving in to help you overcome. Some mundane 3D, like everyday life challenges that Saturn is also helping you guys with is when it comes to distance as well. So distance is the issue for some of you here, maybe location with your job, or like maybe you have like a long commute, maybe your partner lives a far distance, or how far you have to travel just to get something done. So things, in other words, are about to become way more convenient for you, number 4, because things have been exasperatingly challenging. And while you are built to take on these heavy jobs and this strenuous sort of activity, you're not meant to carry this much weight for as long as you have. So the means that you have to go through to get something from point A to point B is insane for some of you. And that's another thing that Saturn is helping to do, is build this bridge between you and what you have to do or are expected to do with this Ten of Wands. It's about making things easier on you, more rest, more energy, more convenience. I don't know why I'm also seeing something with air in this Ten of Wands, but some of you may be moving somewhere where like the air is better, maybe the water supply is cleaner, something about possible like air pollution you're moving out of or away from. This could be talking about energetically too, where the air, or in other words, the energy around you when you would step into certain spaces was immediately draining or very heavy. It's like the gravity was so much heavier. So some of you guys, you are also going to get out of a contract that may have become a huge burden, or it could have to do with a property or a home. So whatever you have been responsible for maintaining or providing the means to keep something up, you're being relieved of that as well. As far as these Pluto changes, transformations, and revelations with the 3 of Wands, this is the big transformation, number 4. You go from looking down, just look at this. Look at both of these together. So as you can see here, there's a huge difference where you go from looking down, only focusing on the next step, to looking up and surveying like this vast space and opportunity that's in front of you in the 3 of Wands here. You guys see that? Major transformations Pluto is bringing when it comes to your lack of energy. You'll have a lot more excitement and passion for your purpose or life in general that you didn't have before, because the only energy a lot of you had, you used in not giving up and just trying to keep yourself or maybe someone else motivated. You use a lot of energy just to keep going, just to muster enough motivation and energy to take the next step. So Three of Wands is all about that passion and excitement and vitality coming back into your life, where you feel like you have your whole life in front of you, where you feel like you can now focus on a lot more things instead of just what's right in front of you. So whatever was a very pressing concern is being relieved for you. And that's something that Pluto is helping you guys to transform. You'll feel like you can see opportunity everywhere. Life is literally going to look different for a lot of my pile fours. Pluto may have crossed your natal sun, moon, north or south node recently, or is about to. You don't have to have that happening in your chart, but that's what I'm feeling on my end for some of you here. But this Three of Wands is like you saying and feeling like you have so much more opportunity in front of you, and like what is ahead of you is so exciting. It's also like too, like you're going to be able to like breathe better or breathe easier. I don't know if that's like literally or metaphorically for some of you, but there is something to look forward to that's coming into your life pretty soon, where it makes you want to hold on to the right now. It makes you a lot more present instead of focusing on just getting by or surviving or making it through or making ends meet. You're going to feel like you made it through something, and it's going to make you fall in love with life, pile four, a different side of life that you maybe didn't focus on before. This is like, for example, having a new respect or love for like just watching the sunset. It sounds so simple, but there's something about these really simple things that you're so happy to enjoy that you couldn't before because you were so wrapped up in this Ten of Wands situation. So Saturn is helping you to complete this Ten of Wands, and Pluto is liberating you from this Ten of Wands, where she is permanently putting this ordeal behind you, and being that she is a planet of death, destruction, power, truth, and transformation. So get ready to feel like life is more fun and exciting and worthwhile, instead of it feeling like you were just here to struggle or just here to survive. You'll finally feel like I'm living now. So this feels like a retirement as well. So some of you may be retiring from something, no matter your age, and getting out of like maybe a draining job or position. You're being relieved of something that was parasitic for some of you. For some of you, if you were working like a lot of jobs, this is like maybe one job coming through where it's like it's paying you more than all of those jobs combined, and so it's taking a lot of stress off of you. So yeah, you're definitely being relieved of something wherever this was showing up at. You're being relieved of something that was parasitic for some of you. This was an energy parasite or vampire that you almost had to deal with, but you're being freed of it for sure. Now let's start getting some clear messages, some clear statements from Saturn and Pluto, what they want you to know. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what came out. But we have here what flipped out upright is reflect on your priorities. Last quarter moon in Aquarius. Exactly. You guys had way too many priorities over here. I'm going to show you these other two as well, but I'm not going to leave them out. But we have here new moon in Taurus, know your worth, and then new moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. I think new moon in Taurus also came out for the one vibration. And underneath the deck for you, we have full moon in Sagittarius, see the bigger picture. Exactly. This is you guys going from that Ten of Wands looking down to that Three of Wands looking up and surveying everything in front of you. Being able to see the bigger picture instead of what's right in front of you, because this relief has come in. Let's grab some intuitive messages. So what is it intuitively that Saturn, Pluto, and this Mercury retrograde is trying to communicate to you? So just getting a little bit deeper into your subconscious. Okay, two cards came out for you. We have return to your breath. Like I said, it's like you guys are going to be able to breathe a lot better, a lot easier. So it could definitely be something going on with like air pollution, something like that. Where some of you guys live. I don't know why that keeps coming up. And we also have here, you are a powerful co-creator. So you guys are actually co-creating your life. This is that Three of Wands energy right here that Pluto is transforming you to, where it's like you guys are going to feel like you're actually collaborating with life instead of like just dealing with whatever it is that life is throwing at you. And then underneath the deck, we have you must speak your truth. So that's another really big thing that intuitively Saturn, Pluto, and this Mercury retrograde is trying to communicate to you guys. Let's see what Pluto is healing for my For vibrations, we have ancient wisdom. There's a lot of ancient wisdom that Pluto is healing for you. So what I kind of feel like is something that's connected to your family, your lineage, your DNA, your blood. There's some healing coming to that. So this could be like ancestral healing, or even like healing when it comes to like physically, any sort of maybe illnesses or health conditions that was passed down in the family. You guys could be healing in some way. And then we also have here honoring your energy. Exactly. Something about this 10 of Wands. I'm not going to say like it was dishonoring your energy or that it wasn't like appreciating your energy, but something was draining. Like I mentioned, there was some sort of like an energy vampire or parasite for a lot of my life path fours or four vibrations. Let's grab a goddess message here, since I personally look at Pluto as like the crone in astrology. So let's see what goddess energy she may be communicating to you through or working through for you. Wow, the way that flew out. We have here Meve, power. Be in awe of yourself and the strength it has taken you to get to here and now. What does that sound like? It sounds a lot like your 10 of Wands. All the strength that it had to take you to get to where you're going to end up with this 3 of Wands. Yeah, power. You guys are very, very, very powerful. This is something that Pluto's been is going to be communicating to you through power. So you guys are going to be also taking back your power from a lot of situations as well. Underneath the deck, we have Kali, just transformation. Nothing stays the same. Allow new light to shine on old darkness. This also came out for another one of the numbers. If you saw that pile, or if you saw that number because you had that number in your chart somewhere, this is just like doubling down on that confirmation that Kali is also very at work in your life. And then a final message here from Pluto, or not Pluto, but Mercury retrograde happening April 21st to May 14th. Okay, we have here Beyond the Veil. So I'm going to read this card out of the book for you. And then underneath the deck, we have Transcendence. You guys are transcending a lot. And beyond the veil here, your personalized message from Mercury retrograde says to my life path fours or vibration fours, this is all about unlocking ancient wisdom, just like it says ancient wisdom down here. This is crazy. Oh my God. Okay. Unlocking ancient wisdom, Lemuria, remembering and returning. I am reawakening to a new way of being. This is going from that 10 of Wands to that 3 of Wands. It says here, in some myths and modern theories, the earth is said to be shaped like a honeycomb within its structure, with endless veins and subterranean chambers that connect vast regions together. In many places around the world, stories still exist of beings who periodically emerge from its deep entryways, sharing lost information with curious surface dwellers. The exodus of the Lemurians scattered its surviving population across many areas and became known as the great wisdom keepers, healers, and mystics of the earth. Over time, their teachings would be passed on to certain lineages of the planet. Whispers of this age still live on, and today, many people are now deepening into a soul connection with this long-lost world, remembering traces of its spirit with a passionate familiarity. And the question here says, what Lemurian wisdom teachings now rise within me? So this is a very specific message from Mercury retrograde for my vibration for people. But you guys, thank you so very much for tuning in. This is all that I'm seeing for you. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. Don't forget to check out any of your other numerological placements. All the timestamps are linked in the description down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Life Path 5 or Vibration 5, welcome to your reading. So just starting off with a little bit of a summary about your number or vibration. The vibration of 5 is said to be all about diversity, variety, and change. So this is a very spontaneous number with a large appetite for adventure and exploration. This number can get bored with the familiar pretty easily, so it is always in some sort of a discovery phase. This number does not shy away from unpredictability, so risks do not scare 5 vibration as easily as other numbers. And this is a very active vibration, independent, and can take on many talents in one lifetime. Being ruled by Mercury, planet of communication, intelligence, interaction, and information, this number is very good at rationalizing, reasoning, is quick-witted, and good at improvising or rolling with the punches. The 5 vibration is also very skilled at using technology to showcase its abilities and may have started to work or make money at a young age. Shifting perspective and focus is a superpower for the for the 5 vibration, and success is said to come very easily and quickly to this number. Now, getting to your tarot energy here, the card on the left will be showing me the challenges that Saturn is helping you to overcome with this new Saturn ingress Pisces, and the card on the right will be showing me the different changes, transformations, and revelations that Pluto is bringing into your reality with this new Pluto transit in the sign of Aquarius. Oh, and the lucky days for the 5 vibration is the 1st, 5th, 10th, 14th, 19th, 23rd, and the 28th. But starting off with your Saturn energy over here, the challenges that Saturn is helping you to overcome is the 10 of Swords. And as far as the changes, transformations, and revelations that Pluto is bringing into your life and reality, we have here the Knight of Cups. So with the 10 of Swords here, some of you may look at your life and feel like there's a lot of loose ends or situations without closure or very little clarity, and you were just expected to move on and move forward as though you completely understand things. Saturn is definitely helping you overcome whatever situations left you feeling hopeless, despondent, confused, like life was pointless even. Wherever you felt defeated, hopeless, pessimistic is exactly where Saturn is concentrating in your life, and is creating a lot of reasons to keep hope alive. And that's what's dying here in this card for a lot of you, is your hope, faith, or optimism in something, maybe even for life in general. Somewhere you might not see the point anymore, and Saturn will reveal or point one out to you, something that's very important, something that you can really hold on to, something that can't be taken from you as well. Because in the Swords, we see a lot of swords being taken, being stolen. And this is something that Saturn is moving into for a lot of my vibration 5s. It's going to help you overcome a situation or a challenge where you guys feel as though this is something that can never be taken away from me. It's also 333 on my clock right now, so that may be a very significant number for some of you. Saturn may also be moving or leaving one of your air houses, which would be the 3rd, 7th, or 11th houses. And these houses have everything to do with our ability to connect and to relate, whether it's to other people, situations, ourself, or life. You guys have felt disconnected and disassociated from your life and reality because of this extreme disappointment or dissatisfaction for how something turned out, with this being the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is a finale card, which tells me that Saturn is helping a lot of my life path 5s or 5 vibrations move on from the way that something may have ended, especially if it ended with you feeling like this 10 of Swords. So there's a comeback that Saturn has planned for you somewhere, and it'll be different for each of you. It could concern your health, finances, relationships, a job, your home, anything. But Saturn has a plan to phoenix the hell out of the situation. So there will be certain rejections that happen as well for your best interest and to protect you, that you will end up realizing with the Saturn transit. Or this is talking about overcoming some sort of previous rejections that weighed very heavily on you. Some of you feel like someone couldn't see a vision that you had as well. There was even an attempt to steal something of yours. Like I said, dealing with the Swords here, there's a lot that talks about like stealing, taking, things like that, lying, deceit, when we're dealing with the suit of Swords in tarot. So somebody may have totally attempted to steal something of yours. It could have been an idea or some part of your life that someone tried to take from you. They may have even tried to like steal your peace, for instance. But whatever left you will end up feeling like good riddance for you throughout this Saturn transit. You'll start to sort of look at it as like, okay, I don't feel like I got abandoned. I'm actually sort of feeling like, thank God it's gone. So you will overcome this feeling of being left for dead somewhere or abandoned, and like you didn't matter with this 10 of Swords. This card talks about overkill, as you can see. You don't need to stick someone 10 times to end them. So the fact that he is lying there with 10 swords is like someone or something did their best to do their worst. And at the same time too, this also goes to show just how resilient a lot of my 5s are, because it took 10 swords and you're still not done. You know what I mean? So it's like something or someone overdid it. They knew they had to overdo something in regards to hurting or taking something from my life path 5s, because you guys are so protected. You're so resilient. You're so strong. You're very difficult to get to. And someone knew that it had to be overkill. And it was that way for some time, where you guys felt like, yeah, they really stung me, or they got me with that one, or that really hurt. And so Saturn rules the top of the chart as well. So it's a master at rising out of any grave or circumstance. Saturn, Capricorn are masters at this because they rule the MC, the very top of the chart. So this won't end you. And Saturn will make something known that there was a cosmic plan to pull you out of this trench here. So for those of you where this Ten of Swords is talking about your reputation being ran through the mud, it is getting cleaned up or vindicated by Saturn. You or your name, maybe something that you were associated with, is getting cleared up with this card also being ruled by Gemini, the sign ruled by Mercury. And it deals with the spread of information. So this could even have something to do with this upcoming Mercury retrograde happening April 21st to May 14th, where you guys notice that like your reputation or some sort of gossip or talk or rumor mill surrounding you gets cleared up. But again, like I said, with this card being ruled by Gemini and Gemini being ruled by Mercury, this deals with the spread of information. So this could also be some sort of like a damaging rumor being laid to rest finally because the truth comes out. If you are someone that deals with a lot of jealousy or haters, this is another thing that Saturn is helping you overcome. There seems like it's a multitude or several of these issues, with this being the Ten of Swords here, but whatever or however many it is, the number does not matter. Saturn is handling this in a way that it provides you the ability to get up from this position that looks like it should have ended you, and you are able to set things right yourself, to come to your own rescue. And it's going to look godly in a sense, because it's not like this knight or a shining armor rides in to save the day. In the Ten of Swords, we don't see anyone else here. So it's like you end up saving yourself. You end up saving your own day. Some mundane 3D everyday challenges that Saturn is also helping you to overcome is whatever you think is irreversible, Saturn will shock you in those no-win situations, experiences and situations that left you with no choice. You will feel like maybe you felt like your back is against the wall. You'll notice that out of nowhere, a path or a way forward becomes very, very clear and available. So a lot of you dealing with issues with debt or credit, something like that is getting wiped off of your file as well. Something gets expunged pretty much, and it's no longer attached to you with this Ten of Swords over here. Moving on to your Plutonian energy, the different changes, transformations, and revelations that she's bringing into your life with the Knight of Cups. There's a transformation when it comes to your work around abilities, if that makes sense. So it's like there's a transformation in your grace and also your appearance with this Knight of Cups over here. He is a very charming, handsome character in tarot. So there's major changes to your physical appearance, as well as even your ability to charm and your charisma. The way that you carry yourself is very graceful, very elegant, and you might even be working with pretty privilege in the future. So that's going to be a transformation surrounding that. Your ability to charm becomes so much stronger. So you may notice a big change in the people suitors and who you date or spend time with romantically, for those of you that are single. Also too, there's a willingness in these people when it comes to spoiling you, gifting you with certain things, trying to impress you. So you'll notice a big turnaround in or transformation in the way that people treat you, going from this Ten of Swords to the Knight of Cups over here. So people may be willing to go out of their way to help you or to get your attention or to try and get next to you in some way. So you'll definitely need to use a bit of discernment when it comes to like, okay, why are they trying to get around me? Why are they trying to get next to me? Stuff like that. Now let's just grab some clear statements and messages from your Pluto Saturn chapter or energy here. We have here, be proud of yourself. Last quarter moon in Taurus. So be proud of yourself. Be proud of what it is that you've gotten through as well. For my vibration 5s with this Ten of Swords over here. Underneath the deck, we also have talk less, feel more. Last quarter moon in Pisces. I feel like as well, this is also saying that you guys are going to be able to talk less and put out even more of like a feeling or a vibe or a charm, something like that. With this talk less, feel more and your Knight of Cups over here. Let's grab some intuition cards to see what it is. So clear up some sort of intuitive messages that Saturn and Pluto may be trying to communicate to you, as well as even this Mercury retrograde. It's a strong message from your intuition. We have here, what is meant for you will not pass you, period, with this Knight of Cups right here. What is meant for you will not pass you. Like I was saying with this Ten of Swords, a lot of you guys are going to sort of adopt the sort of attitude or mindset of like, anything that did this to me or attempted to do this to me with this Ten of Swords, or anything that attempted to leave me or abandon me, leave me for dead, good riddance. Like it's like you no longer really sort of like grieve over that. And then we have here underneath the deck, release judgments of yourself and others. Yeah, especially if you're holding on to any sort of judgment surrounding this Ten of Swords, like how could I allow this to happen or anything like that, it's really important for you guys to release judgment of yourself surrounding that. And even judgment of anybody else that attempted to do that to you. Like I said, a lot of you guys, whoever tried or attempted to do this to you, if this was a person with this Ten of Swords, it's like they're going to become just like this irrelevant non-factor in the future. Let's see what Pluto is healing for you guys. I'm going to show you this too, but what flipped out face up, we have here Ancient Wisdom. This also came out, I believe, for the 4 vibration. These other cards also fell out. We have here Masculine Energy, Stripping Illusions, which is that Ten of Swords. So it may have hurt stripping illusions and seeing the truth. And then we also have here Creativity, but I'm not going to leave them out. And then we also have Abundance. That came out. Underneath the deck, we have for you Changes. So a lot of changes may have been very difficult for you guys, but this is something that Pluto is healing, is Ancient Wisdom. For some reason with Ancient Wisdom, this came out with another one of the vibrations. I believe it was the 4. But I'm getting a totally different message for you with this Ancient Wisdom. I feel like Ancient Wisdom is talking about you guys' past, like picking up a lot of wisdom, a lot of fruits, a lot of gems from your own past experiences. Ten of Swords over here. Then we have Changes talking about, again, this is sort of confirmation where I was talking about how people are there's going to be a big change or transformation in the way that people treat you, where it's like people used to try and take and steal from you in the past. That was almost like a recurring theme or experience or lesson with this Ten of Swords. It's going to go from that to like Knight of Cups, where people want to give you things. They don't want to take from you. They want to give you things because just being in your presence is enough. And then we also have your abundance. So big transformations coming to you guys' energy when it comes to your abundant energy and not feeling so deficient, not feeling like you've been taken from or used or taken advantage of or anything like that. So big transformations coming in there. And then a message from Goddess energy here. Since I see Pluto in astrology as the crone, the dark goddess or the dark mother, so the goddess that she's going to be working through when it comes to you guys here is Arianha, divine timing. Everything is happening according to plan. Everything has happened according to plan. Just like it says over here, what is meant for you will not pass you. Or will not pass you. And then we have underneath the deck, Circe, willpower. My will alone is strong enough to carry me towards my dreams and beyond. Yeah. And it was also strong enough for you guys to get through this Ten of Swords situation where it just maybe felt like there was a lot of things going wrong at once, whether it was like a betrayal, somebody stealing, or just like different things happening with life. You know, like life can sort of beat us up too. And so whatever this is, you guys were strong enough to get through it. That was your willpower that pushed you through it. And then a final message here, personal message from Mercury retrograde for my 5 vibrations or life path 5s. We have Shapeshifter. Wow. And then underneath the deck, Unconditional Love. Beautiful. This is that Knight of Cups, but I'm going to read Shapeshifter out of the book. So 1 second. And your personalized message for this Mercury retrograde happening April 21st to May 14th is Shapeshifter. And it's all about adaptability, versatility, dexterity, selflessness, divine intelligence, self-awareness, and regeneration. It says, I move with grace and ease. I'm able to shift my pace at any time. This is that Knight of Cups, moving with grace and ease. And it says, I am always transforming and evolving. And it says here, although this card comes with the title Shapeshifter, it does not denote a trickster energy. Again, getting away from that trickster, stealing sort of energy with the Ten of Swords. It says this card highlights the ability to make changes when necessary, as you are able to resist fear and go with the flow. This card also encourages you to embrace new experiences that present themselves, especially when they reinforce what your intuition is telling you. These opportunities may require you to multitask, but do not fret. You are more than capable of handling the situations at hand. This card also highlights your creative skills and dexterity, which points to gifts in the arts that are waiting to be explored. Complex problem solving may be necessary. Ten of Swords situation, but you're able to adapt and rise to the occasion. Trust in your sensitive nature to help you maneuver forward. Listen to the power of your higher self and believe in your deeper spiritual faculties to help guide you at every twist and turn. And the question here is, do I need to adapt to a certain situation at this time? And vibration or life path 5. This is all that I'm saying for you guys. Don't forget to check out the reading for your other numbers in your numerological chart. All the timestamps for that is linked down below. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and to keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys. Life path 6 or 6 vibration, no matter where this number is showing up in your chart. Welcome to your reading. So just starting off with a little summary about your number. The vibration of the number 6 is said to be all about harmony, compatibility, and alignment. This energy is a natural born healer, has a very compassionate heart, and is able to feel great amounts of empathy for other souls. Number 6 is also a known nurturer and has the gift of nourishing those in need of care and support, as this number is associated with the mother. Venus is said to be the ruler of this number and this planet, making you a natural charmer, diplomat, and balanced energy. Lucky days for the vibration of 6 is said to be the 3rd, 6th, 9th, 12th, 15th, 18th, 21st, 27th, and the 30th. So getting to your tarot energy, the card on the left will be showing me the challenges that Saturn is helping you to overcome with this new Saturn transit in Pisces. And the card on the right will be showing me the Pluto transformations, changes, and revelations that she will be bringing to your life with this new Pluto transit through the sign of Aquarius. So getting started with your Saturn energy, we have here Strength in reverse. And your Pluto energy, we have Wheel of Fortune in reverse in terms of revelations and transformations. So when it comes to challenges that Saturn is helping you overcome, because 6 vibration is all about compatibility and alignment, Strength in reverse is talking about fighting the wrong battles. And this is what Saturn is helping you to overcome. Strength upright is not necessarily about taming, but more about befriending the parts of us that we cannot defeat. We can spend the rest of our lives wrestling with aspects of us, and neither side will win because it's not meant to end with a victor, but with understanding. So this is the card that says you will catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. So Saturn is helping you overcome the challenge that has been yourself for some time. And wherever you have felt like you were at odds with yourself, taking one step forward and like 2 steps back, maybe spiraling, going around in circles, not getting anywhere, that is where Saturn is stepping in and giving you the wisdom to settle this, if that has been your experience. Now, throughout the Saturn transit in Pisces, you will feel a lot closer to yourself and your path. You will feel more accepting. So some of you may have been engaging with intense shadow work as well, or will be, and something will click in that journey for sure. For some of you that felt like you were fighting something bigger than you will see the odds start to even out in your favor with the Saturn transit. Wherever you felt like you were losing is where you may see spiritual, cosmic, or even like human support step in. This could also happen out of nowhere through the Saturn transit. Some mundane or everyday life challenges that Saturn is helping you with is Strength in reverse. This pretty much screams like midlife crisis. So if you have been feeling like you were having some sort of life crisis, like you were in a rut or not progressing no matter your age, this is another place that Saturn will help you out of. So if you've been dealing with like a lack of passion, excitement, even pride or identity, this is something that Saturn will help you refine. There's also a strong message here for the 6 vibration, where some of you have been at a stalemate with a person or a connection in your life. First, there will come pressure surrounding that situation, very much like a square aspect in astrology. Squares create a lot of tension because what happens when we are uncomfortable? We make changes or take some sort of action. If some of you have felt like you were in this deadlock situation with another person, you will see tension there first, and then all of a sudden someone gives in and you guys are able to get somewhere, because Strength is a very stubborn card. It's one of the fixed signs that we see this figure, the lion, pop up on the Wheel of Fortune, the World card, and several other cards throughout the major and the minor arcana that talks about the heart and how stubborn it can be in some situations. And I keep hearing hope is the last thing to die. I don't know why. I feel like that might be a personal message for some of my 6 vibrations. So I'll leave that to you guys to interpret unless it comes up in some other cards. But I also see negotiations improving where they can. If they don't get better, it's a sign to pretty much abandon. But the places where things can improve and collaborating is possible, that that will get better with the Saturn transit, because again, there's a lot of pride with strength. So the views that people are seeing things from that make them so rigid is being worked on first, and someone's heart is being softened. So especially those of you dealing with this situation where it could be happening within your family. Maybe you have relatives not speaking to each other or fighting with each other. Saturn will change the hearts of a lot of people involved. And as far as these like Pluto changes and transformations and revelations coming to you to help you on your path, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So it's very big transformations occurring, especially with other people in your life having a change of heart. People may do a complete 180 throughout the Saturn transit as well as Pluto transit for some of my life path 6 people. Wheel of Fortune talks about momentum in the upright position. It's a trajectory that is like locked in. There's no changing it, which is why this card is always associated with fate and destiny. So in reverse, this is talking about a transformation for the 6 vibration where you were sure that things were like headed in the wrong direction. What you thought was never going to change or was for sure going to end in like some sort of disappointment. If you were dealing with a person or a situation that could not admit to being wrong, is where you'll see a lot of epiphanies occur, change of hearts and a change of course. So if you felt like you or someone you loved was heading down a dark path, this is where Pluto and your guides are creating opportunity for a lot of enlightenment to come through at. So for those of you that felt like you were maybe cursed, like you've been dealt a really bad hand, like you've been trying to manage a stroke of bad luck, that responsibility essentially is being taken off of your hand, and things are changing around and very quickly. Again, it'll almost happen out of nowhere with wherever you have felt like things are moving in a bad or a dark direction. That dark place that some of you feel like you have sank to, you will see your own self transform through that. If it's a dark situation like a dark night of the soul, something like that, it will transform right before your eyes. You will transform right before your own eyes, especially the situations that you feel out of control with, because strength in reverse, it talks about a lack of control, influence, or power or willpower. And again, Wheel of Fortune talks about fate, which no one feels in control of. Fate happens beyond our understanding, and Pluto is the planet that deals with power, control, and truth. And she can have this effect where she feels like she is happening to us in astrology. With her moving into a new sign though, a lot of 6 vibrations will feel like she eases up on a very real and tender situation in your life. So it'll feel like you're sort of getting like a lot more breathing room or a lot more breathing space. So let's grab some oracle cards, some clear messages from Saturn, Pluto energy for my 6 vibration, wherever 6 is showing up in your numerological charts. Okay, so we have here, it says full moon in Aquarius, be real. I feel like this Wheel of Fortune in reverse card could be revealing a lot of things with this be real card right here, full moon in Aquarius. And Aquarius is also very strange energy where it's like Aquarius is okay with being an oddball. It's okay with standing out and not fitting into the status quo or not fitting in with the norm. Underneath the deck, we have here focus on the positive, new moon in Sagittarius. Another card that is very positive is the Wheel of Fortune. It's ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter does rule Sagittarius. So for sure, this is about focusing on the positive. And for you guys, your authenticity is what is positive. It's what is going to make you feel a lot more optimistic, and focusing on like the authentic side of situations, the originality that you have and that you possess, and the sort of like uniqueness that you bring to situations is going to be where you see a lot of positivity and a lot of luck start to turn in your favor with this focus on the positive, your Wheel of Fortune card over here, and be real. Let's grab some intuition cards. So what is your intuition trying to tell you with this Pluto, Saturn transit, and even this Mercury retrograde, this upcoming Mercury retrograde? Let's try to clear up your intuition. Okay, all right. It says you crush what you hold too tightly. So this may be what you guys are being led to let go of with certain things, with the strength in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in reverse right here. Like I was saying with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this is all about sort of like fate, and this happens outside of our control. And Pluto, she does that anyway. She sort of like takes our control and power from certain situations, and she gives us power and control in other situations. So she's a very like sort of like transactional planet where she's like, I'm going to take this from you over here and give this to you over here. Underneath the deck, we have your shadow makes makes you whole. So this is about the dark parts of you guys, like making you whole. So this is that full moon in Aquarius, be real energy right here showing up. And this is all about like you guys being proud, strength in reverse right here, of the parts of you that makes you different, being very proud of who you are, your uniqueness, not feeling insecure about that, or not feeling like you stand out a little too much, which I know can be like a little uncomfortable. Like standing out can be very uncomfortable, but you guys just naturally have that energy. Let's grab some cards here to see what Pluto is healing. What Pluto is healing in your life. We have here death. So this could be closures, endings, anything like that. The Wheel of Fortune is card 10, and the 10s in tarot, they do talk about completion. It talks about completion as well as new beginnings, sort of like simultaneously happening. Then we have here perception underneath the deck. Exactly. So as something, you see this symbol of the yin and yang right here. So it's like as something is ending, something is beginning. It's just all about perception, as well as perception when it comes to your strength in reverse, like just being proud of your uniqueness, being proud of anything that maybe makes you feel like a little bit like, oh my God, I'm standing out a little too much. Some of you guys, you may even be intimidated by your own power with the strength in reverse right here. So it's all about perception. If you change that around to like, I'm not embarrassed by this, or I'm not ashamed of this, or I'm not afraid of this, to like, you know, I'm going to embrace every single part of me. That is another thing that's going to get your fortune sort of turning. It's going to get your fortune to sort of like turn around in a way where it starts to work for you. Grabbing a goddess message here. Since I see Pluto anyways in astrology as the crone, to me, she's the crone of astrology. She's the dark goddess, the dark mother. So I want to see what energy she's working through with you. Look at that, Sekhmet. She is the manifestation in ancient Commission, not religion, but their beliefs anyways. Sekhem was literally the manifestation of God's power, God's strength, God's force, God's aggression. And so Sekhmet forgiveness says, acknowledge the hurt and allow yourself to ascend. But there's a lot of cat, feline, lion energy here. Like I mentioned, the lion showing up in your strength card and also showing up in the Wheel of Fortune. So Sekhmet is very, very closely linked to my 6th vibration people over this Pluto Saturn transit, and as well as Mercury retrograde. So you guys are working with a lot of power, because she's not just about forgiveness. She does kind of rule forgiveness as well. If you know anything about Sekhmet and her story, like God basically sent her to Earth to punish humans because they were disobedient. He didn't like that. And so he sent her to Earth to punish humans. And her powers sort of got like away from her. She wasn't able to control herself. And before she knew it, and God knew it, she damn near killed every single human on the planet. So God had to sort of trick her and feed her a lot of wine, which she thought was blood. And then she got so drunk that she reverted back to like her more so gentle nature. And so it's interesting that your strength in reverse showed up like that. And I sort of reflected on that earlier, was like, some of you guys, you may be afraid of your own power. So for sure with this perception card over here, so don't be, like it says right here, you crush what you hold too tightly. So don't be afraid of your powers, because it's actually a really good strength of yours. We also have here Hecate underneath the deck, solitude. Simplify your thoughts, give yourself space. Not everything needs to be done right now. So these two goddess energies is what Pluto is going to be manifesting and showing up in your life as, which is Sekhmet and Hecate. Very powerful energies. And then a final message here, personalized message, and a final message from Mercury retrograde to my life path 6 or vibration 6 people. This is Temple of Dreams. This also came out for, I think, 5. I don't know. And then underneath the deck, we have here Transcendence. And then what was sticking out is Unconditional Love too. But yeah, so we have Temple of Dreams and Transcendence. But I'm going to read Temple of Dreams out of the book for you. So one second. But you guys definitely pay attention to your dreams. If you see any like lions or cats pop up in your dreams, it's definitely Sekhmet coming through. And your Mercury retrograde personalized message says, Temple of Dreams is about temptations, options, opportunities, illusions, All that glitters is not gold. I seek the gifts that most align. I reclaim balance through my choices. I devote my heart to my highest good. And it says, sometimes less is more, and the simplest route will be the one that best serves you. If you are suddenly faced with multiple choices or a complex decision to make, measure your options from a deeper place of spirit. If you focus on the route that best serves your heart, rather than what may seem seductive or popular, it will blossom in return. Gauge how each outcome feels and go with the option that feels most sustainable. Navigate your path from the fullness of your spirit, and you may come across entirely new dimensions that were previously obscured. Trust the subtle whispers. Which doorway will you choose? And the question here that Mercury retrograde wants to ask you is, do I need to gather more information before making a particular decision? Which could have something to do with your strength and Wheel of Fortune in reverse. But for my Life Path 6 or Vibration 6 people, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Don't forget to check out the readings relating to your other numbers and your numerological chart. But let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages, as well as Sekhmet and Hecate. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Life Path 7, or the Vibration of 7, welcome to your reading. So just starting off with a little bit of a summary about your number. 7 is regarded as the truth seeker in numerology. This number is associated with high levels of intellect, awareness, and spirituality. The 7 vibration is known for combining logic and intuition to see beneath the surface of any and every situation. It never takes anything at face value. 7 is a number that is regularly featured in religion. For instance, in the final book of the Christian canon, it speaks of 7 churches, 7 angels, 7 seals, 7 stars, and 7 trumpets. That is largely featured in the book of Revelation. It is said that God created the heavens and the earth in 6 days and rested on the 7th. There are said to be 7 layers of heaven and hell. There are 7 major energy centers or chakras in the body. Many intellects will say that there is at least 7 known dimensions in the universe, and we are also, fun fact, in a 7 year, with 2023 equaling 7. The 7 vibration is ruled by Ketu and Neptune, the planet that rules the final sign and house in astrology, and this is a place where we come undone and are relieved of all of our illusions and ego. This planet also rules the superconscious, so 7 is regarded as a spiritual number or vibration that is always in search of deeper meaning. It combines the natural with the spiritual, or the physical and the metaphysical, and Ketu in astrology is regarded as the South Node in Vedic astrology, and the South Node deals with karma, the past, attachments, and comfort that is damaging in the way that it interferes with where we are going or meant to go, which is towards the North Node. So 7s have a particularly strong sense of the South Node and the effort that it takes to push past that. Now, getting to your tarot energy here for my 7 vibrations or Life Path 7s, wherever it is that 7 shows up in your chart, the card on the left will be showing me the challenges that Saturn is helping you to overcome with this new Saturn transit through Pisces. And the cards on the right will be showing me the different transformation, changes, and revelations that Pluto is bringing to your life and reality with this new Pluto transit, with Pluto moving through Aquarius. So let's get started. We have here the 9 of Wands in reverse in terms of the Saturn challenges that you are overcoming and the changes and revelations that Pluto is bringing to your life and reality. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Pentacles. We'll also be pulling some cards too, some oracle cards a little later on, to look into some additional messages from your spiritual team and to get a personalized message from this upcoming Mercury retrograde happening April 14th or April 21st to May 14th. Now, starting off with your 9 of Wands in reverse. So, the Saturn challenges that you're overcoming, the 7 vibration has been having issues with, and this is sort of funny because 9 of Wands upright is sort of like the Scrooge of tarot, and for good reason. They have been attacked and chased out of their safe place, so they reluctantly create their own safe zone. I mean, just like look at his face upright, like he's not with it. He's not with the shits. He's not having it. He is over it, right? And so, this is kind of where, 7s sort of are this vibration. And like I said, 9 of Wands has good reason to feel the way that he does because he's been attacked, he survived it, he's been chased out of his home, his community. And so in a moment of just trying to create some peace, he builds this wall. And in reverse, this card is saying that it is safe to come out now because it's time to, but again, there's this like reluctancy there. So it's like there's this feeling or want to step out, but feeling just a little apprehensive. Something is safe now for Life Path 7s or wherever 7 is occurring in your your numerological chart. It's safe now and you are extra cautious, understandably so, but your caution has become a challenge or problematic. So this is what Saturn is helping you to overcome, is a sense of trust, being able to trust your environment, what's around you, and most importantly, yourself. You may feel like you need to be on guard given everything from your past that has happened in your past, but Nine of Wands in reverse says it is unnecessary to be this guarded still. And very simply, some sort of issue or storm has passed and you are having difficulty believing that. Saturn is helping you pull out of this mindset where some of you may be scared of your own shadow. Being watchful is good, but at a certain point, it can become paranoia, and that is unnecessary stress. Saturn is also saying that it is helping you to overcome any situation that you feel like you have to live vicariously through. So some of you may be indirectly living through friends, family, coworkers, people around you, and you may wish that you had the ability, courage, or mindset to go after some things, but somewhere you tapped out and maybe even gave up. So Saturn's transit through Pisces will reconnect you to a dream, fantasy, hope, or wish that you held in high regard, but it may have hurt you in some way, or it may have made you feel like I'm only safe back here alone, isolated. Sevens have a huge problem with isolation, and like a crab can regress right back into their shell when being outside of that doesn't work out. So Saturn's helping you, almost forcing you out of that a little bit. Some mundane everyday challenges that Saturn is helping you overcome as well. Because this is the Wands, this is all about fire, and fire deals with what makes us feel alive, excited, and impassioned. So Saturn is reconnecting you back to fun, essentially, because for some of you, it's been all about not even survival, but just staying safe. So you're safe, and now it's time to live in the very part of your life that was dangerous or toxic for a time. It could have been like work related or romance, relationships, health, lifestyle, aspiration, goals, whatever this is. The universe has been trying to coax you out from behind this wall of wands for a long time, but you've been too reluctant or afraid. Saturn will not be as gentle, but it will be for your own good, because there's something good and worthwhile that the universe does not want you to miss out on because of the past and because of fear. It would be such a shame. So especially when the past is the past and there is nothing to fear. So Saturn will also help you overcome paranoia, which to some of you, sometimes you think it's your intuition, but it's more so the past that's really talking to you, or is almost like influencing you in a lot of ways. So a lot of your current instincts, they have been shaped by previous hardships and experiences. So Saturn is helping you hear your intuition clearly and hear past your own past hardships and experiences and heartbreaks. And this is something that you will need coming up with the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Pentacles over here. So very simply, 7 vibration will have a challenging and equally, if not more rewarding year, because 2023 is a 7 vibration. So this is about the universe meeting you where you are at. And sometimes that can feel very confrontational. So especially if you are life path 7, the universe is meeting where you are. And like I said, this can feel a little bit like combative, like, hey, whoa, hold up now. What are you doing? Why are you trying to pull me out of the shell? But Saturn is helping you overcome your past. For those of you that have had a hard time not believing what others say about you or how others have treated you, this is another thing that Saturn transit will help you overcome, is this ability to hear past whatever labels people have tried to put on you. It feels like it's not consensual. It feels like you don't agree with it, but because people are so persistent in like trying to tell you that like you're this type of person or that type of person, maybe you just sort of like, you know what, I'm just going to stay back here, but behind my wall, this 9 of Wands in reverse. So Saturn in Pisces is working with your ruling energy, Neptune, and being also ruled by Ketu for you, which is the South Node. Saturn is helping you overcome the past. For those of you that feel a strong attachment to it or feel as though it's somehow become your identity or like it has shaped you in ways that you can't overcome or you need help overcoming, the Saturn transit will prove that you can and will overcome these certain like narratives and labels. Moving on to the Pluto changes, transformations, and revelations to help you on your path that Pluto is bringing to you in your reality. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So very simply, for 7 vibrations moving forward, if you keep moving with every step or every undertaking, you will find a page waiting for you with a pentacle. This is not only knowledge and wisdom, which is highly valued for your vibration, but Pentacles also talks about material goods. Wheel of Fortune is about momentum and movement. In the older decks of this Wheel of Fortune card, this deck features the saying, I have conquered, I will conquer, and I do conquer. So So Page of Pentacles alongside this card means that there's always something physical to gain for you moving forward. So there's transformation in terms of your movement overall as far as Pluto is concerned, which tells me that a lot of 7 vibrations have been moving along or progressing and evolving with not much to show for the journey so far. Many transformations that you've undergone may appear fruitless so far from the outside looking in, or even to some of you personally, you may still feel a sense of emptiness or like you haven't received enough from everything that you've went through. And that's a big transformation for 7 vibration. And if you look at these two cards, the Pentacles is the same shape as the wheel over here. So it's almost like they're both circles, and it almost looks as if the page could be holding the wheel in its hand, the wheel of fortune in its hands. So it's almost like saying that you're holding fortune in your hands, and that's a transformation coming there where it's like you're going to feel as though you possess or hold or are in control of your fortune in a way. So there's a period of reward for you to earn as well. It's a period of satisfaction that some of you have not connected to or felt in a very long time with the wheel here. So whatever you come into or earn could be so satisfactory or pleasant that you wish you could stop time and just stay here. And this is why Saturn is not so gently pushing you out from this 9 of Wands space, because it's saying, trust me, you don't want to miss this. But Saturn knows that 7s need a little more of a push to come into the transformations that Pluto is handling. Okay, so let's get started with some of your oracle messages here. Let's get some clear messages or statements from your Saturn and Pluto energy, things that they're working on for you or want you to work on. Okay, we have lighten up, last quarter moon in Leo. Yes, 9 of Wands in reverse. It's time to get past that wall, lighten up, have some fun, laugh a little, live a little. And then underneath the deck, we have be proud of yourself. Last quarter moon in Taurus. Taurus energy keeps coming out in this deck specifically. And we are about to move into this Mercury retrograde in Taurus season. So Mercury is about to go retrograde in Taurus. So yeah, there's a lot of like earth energy here as well. Leo, Taurus. So fire, earth energy here. Something about you guys moving past this wall is something that you're going to take great pride in, and you're going to feel very proud of yourself. You're going to feel very good about yourself for coming out from behind this 9 of Wands wall and maybe trusting your environment a bit more, because like I said, there's something that the universe really doesn't want you to miss out on. It's like the universe is saying it would be a shame for you to miss out on what is planned for you or waiting for you because of things that have happened in your past and because you're afraid to come out from behind this wall and just trust. Let's get some clarity on your intuition, what your intuition is trying to communicate to you through Saturn, Pluto, and this Mercury retrograde. So we have here seeking wise and loving counsel, making sure that you guys are seeking wise and loving counsel and not counsel or advice from people that is also in the same sort of mind state with this 9 of Wands right here in reverse. And then look at what's underneath the deck. You are deserving of life's gifts with this Wheel of Fortune card over here and the Page of Pentacles. You guys are deserving of that. And so you guys' ability to lighten up, move past this 9 of Wands wall is going to show you that you are deserving of also good things happening to you, instead of just being deserving of like, let me just live in my little isolated space where I can't get hurt. That's not living either. If you were just living to protect yourself and to not get hurt, there's nothing wrong with protecting yourself. But like I said, when it comes to a certain point where it's like protecting yourself is more so coming through as like paranoia, or like that's your only priority, then you're not really living. It's sort of taking from your quality of life. Let's grab some oracle messages about what Pluto is healing in your life for my vibration, my 7 vibrations. Something flipped over. Yes, so we have here anger. So for a lot of you, yeah, this is that 9 of Wands in reverse. For a lot of you, there was a lot of anger that you were dealing with. You see this bee right here? It's like you were just ready to sting with this 9 of Wands in reverse. You guys were just so ready because of everything that you went through. Like I said, with this 9 of Wands and this 9 of Wands, if you look at his face, it's like he's hardened from his experiences because he has just dealt with so much bullshit. It's like he is over it. And so it's almost in a way made you a little hard and a little angry. And this is why Saturn sees the priority in pushing you out of this space, because it doesn't want you to stay in that hardened space. It wants you to actually accept life's gifts that it's trying to throw at you with you are deserving of life's gifts oracle card over here. So this is something that also look at what's underneath the deck, emotional release. This is what Saturn, Pluto, is working on for you, this Mercury retrograde as well. Emotional release, a lot of releasing of anger, letting that anger go, letting those harder emotions go, so they're not just weighing on your heart space. Let's grab a message from a goddess here, because I see Pluto in astrology as the crone, the dark goddess, the dark mother. So let's see what goddess energy she will be speaking to you through or manifesting through when it comes to 7 vibrations. So we have here Kali transformation. She's come out now for a couple of energies. It says nothing stays the same. Allow new light to shine on old darkness. 9 of Wands in reverse. Allow light to come in. Allow that darkness to be alchemized into light energy. Lighten up right here. Last quarter moon in Leo. Underneath the deck, we have air, Hera, resilience, obstacles, or preparation for greater accomplishments. So that's what you guys are. This is why you guys need to be pushed out of this space, because there's a greater accomplishment that you guys are meant to experience, and the universe just doesn't want you to miss it. And a personalized message from Mercury retrograde for my 7 vibrations. Okay, we have here cleansing waters. Sounds a lot like emotional release right here. So I'm going to read cleansing waters out of the book. And underneath the deck, we have ancient emissaries. So it could be some ancient energies popping up in your dream states, especially during this Mercury retrograde, where they just want to communicate some sort of information to you. And a personalized message from Mercury retrograde to my 7 vibrations is cleansing waters. And this is about a sacred vessel, energetic hygiene, and releasing blockages. It says, I release all that does not serve me. I transmute negative energy into a positive force. This is that 9 of Wands in reverse, and this anger and emotional release over here. It says, water is a sacred container and transmitter. We can feel into this force in the physical sense through having direct contact with water, such as swimming, bathing, and showering, or connect with its elemental magic through the power of visualization or clearing rituals. This card comes as a loving sign to clear your energy, just like emotional release. It says next time you are immersed in water, in the shower, bath, or a natural body of water, such as the ocean, invite its energy to absorb and transmute any stagnant buildup in your vibrational field. You can also invoke the cleansing grace of water by offering a blessing or prayer. Imagine or visualize all that is not attuned to your highest good, flowing and clearing out of your body. Return this energy to the earth and give thanks. You may wish to refer to the ritual work chapter in this book to help guide your practice. And the question here for Mercury retrograde for you says, where is my energy needing some gentle cleansing or care? And energy or vibration 7, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Don't forget to check out the reading for your other numbers in your numerological chart. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. All right, life path 8 or 8 vibration. Welcome to your reading, wherever this number pops up in your numerological chart. So we'll just start off with a little summary about your numbers. So 8 is known as the authoritarian in numerology. And so this number is all about opportunity, alchemy, turning hardship into an achievement. You are the number that is ruled by Saturn, one of the planets that we are looking into today. And Saturn deals with discipline, challenges, fears, time, and karma. This planet does not just present hardships, it surpasses them. So 8 vibration makes the infinity symbol because this number never stops moving, no matter the situation that it is presented with. The perseverance of the 8 vibrations is what makes it so resilient and is what makes it a guaranteed success in whatever it puts its mind to. The 8 can endure nearly anything, will easily outsmart its way out of any problem, and has strong endurance. Given these qualities, this number has great advantages in business, and many of the world's most successful or wealthy people have a strong association to the 8 vibration. And lucky days surrounding this number are the 5th, 8th, 14th, 17th, 19th, 26th, and the 28th. Now, getting to your tarot energy, we're going to be starting off with the card on the left here, which will be showing me the challenges that Saturn is helping you overcome with this new Saturn transit through Pisces. And the cards on the right will be showing me the different transformations, changes, and revelations that Pluto will be bringing to your life and reality with this new Pluto transit through Aquarius. So starting off with your Saturn energy, we have here Temperance upright. When it comes to your Pluto energy, we've got the Lovers, hold on, I have to cover that up. We have the Lovers in reverse and the Fool in reverse. I have to cover these up, these images, because YouTube does not allow us to post any sort of nudity. So one second. And after looking into your tarot energy, we will also be pulling some additional oracle messages from your spiritual team, and we'll be looking into receiving a personalized message from this upcoming Mercury retrograde, which is happening April 21st to May 14th in Taurus. So starting off with your Saturn challenges that you were overcoming, we have the Temperance card here. So this is the card that in many ways represents balance, but it is also about moderation and discipline. And funny enough, so is your vibration, which tells me this new Saturn transit for many eights will concentrate on exactly where you are feeling most out of balance, as well as wherever you are missing another half. So for the 8 vibration that feels destabilized when alone, Saturn is helping you overcome that, and will also help those of you interested finding a very strong and compatible mate, someone that complements you and you them. They will also help you feel more balanced and at rest, given Temperance naturally vibrates at an alarmingly high frequency. So the higher something vibrates, the more at rest that it seems. And this doesn't have to be a romantic situation. This could be like a partner in business or friendship or life in general. But somewhere the 8 vibration is missing like a counterpart or an important piece to the puzzle, or their other half somewhere. So Saturn is helping you overcome that by fulfilling this empty spot or like hole in your life. So for some of you, this could be the perfect job that you've been waiting on, or a project or an opportunity, and it will seamlessly fit into your life. You will have to make certain sacrifices, but they won't be sacrifices that you were struggling to give up or to make with Temperance right here. Like I said, this is the card of moderation. It's the final virtue card in the major arcana of tarot, meaning that it represents a powerful ingredient when it comes to enlightenment and living consciously. So for those of you that struggled to make some sort of partnership work before because there were certain aspects that you weren't willing to give up, or you weren't willing to be flexible in certain places, or the other party wasn't, this new partnership or connection, whatever it may be, will feel like it fits perfectly. Like I said, this could be a job where in the past you may have felt at odds with your job, or your job could have thrown off the balance and harmony in your personal life. That won't happen with the Saturn transit. At least that's what Saturn is addressing for you, is how things arrange themselves in your life. So anything that causes conflict will be focused on. Sacrifices won't feel so taxing either for the 8 vibration. You'll be a lot more focused on what you are gaining than losing with the Saturn transit, because what you earn will be so much more than what you have to give up in order to come together or partner up with something else. Some mundane everyday challenges that Saturn is also addressing for you and helping you to overcome. It's also 444 on my clock, so that may be a very significant number for some of you. But some other challenges that Saturn is helping you overcome in your everyday life is with any health related issues. Some of my 8 vibrations may have been dealing with. Temperance does talk about healing as well, and it can be challenging. Like for example, let's say someone finds out that they have like high cholesterol, but it's difficult for them to change their diet. Saturn is moving into situations like that where certain improvements are necessary but difficult to make happen for yourself. So for some of you, Saturn may be moving into or out of your 6th house. It may be transiting that area somewhere, or it could at some point be crossing your 6th house ruler. So like, let's just say, for example, that your 6th house is ruled by Sagittarius, then Saturn may be crossing over like Jupiter at some point, or they may be coming into conjunction with the Saturn transit over the next few years. But yeah, Temperance does, it, like I said, it does talk about healing. So this is about you guys being able to make taking the necessary steps in order to help your body heal, or help your life heal in a way where it may have been difficult before to take a certain sabbatical, or to stop engaging in a certain sort of like habit or a lifestyle or routine. Saturn's going to help you guys have the motivation and determination to make these changes. And again, you're going to feel like you are getting a lot more out of it than whatever it is that you have to give up. So any place that the 8 vibration has been trying to control or sober up from you, but you may have felt like you can't stick with it, Saturn is moving in to help you with that, especially if there was any sort of unhealthy coping mechanisms. After this transit, you won't feel almost like indebted to your emotions. You'll feel a sense of detachment from your emotions, and not in like a numb or an unhealthy way, but just like they don't have power over how you treat your body, your health, and yourself anymore. A lot of my 8 vibrations will see big changes in your career as well over the next few years. I'm seeing a big switch up in your career. Maybe it's less demanding, more enjoyable, just works better for you in your personal life. When it comes to Pluto changes and transformations, revelations to help you on your path, we have here the Fool and Reverse and the Lovers, which, like I said, I had to cover up because, you know, this is what happens when Saturn transits Pisces. We deal with a lot of restrictions in terms of freedom of expression, I guess you could say. But anyways, we have Lovers and the Fool in reverse. So this may have been another reason why too, that I was picking up a little bit on like relationships, or was feeling a little bit of like relationships with Temperance, which is a bit odd. Well, I mean, not really for Temperance, I guess. Like some Temperance cards, like on the Crowley deck, like Temperance is called art, and it's like a continuation of the Lovers card in that deck, where after they marry, they literally become one entity. But some transformations with the 8 vibration is happening with Lovers, which talks about connection, and the Fool, which talks about creation, clean slate, or new beginnings. So they are both in reverse. So for those of you that want another chance with a particular partnership, you will be granted that in some way. There's a big transformation with that that Pluto is helping you with. So big transformations there. And if you have been trying to resurrect something but to no avail, you will see an opportunity to start something again. And this could be with like a past connection or a new connection where the stakes feel similar. Funny enough for you guys, the act of falling in love, whether with a person, career, a new chapter, whatever you name it, but the act of falling in love could be really scary for a lot of my number 8s, because it feels like, okay, this is something I could lose, and then what? Like, what happens if something bad happens or I lose it? So there's a big transformation happening when it comes to your attitude in regards to happiness, connection, and emotional fulfillment, and love in general. You won't be so dismissive of it like you have in the past. You'll be more open to it. It'll still scare some of you in some way, but you won't try so hard to avoid it. That's the biggest transformation, is not running from things that make you happy. And for those of you that feel like you would sabotage good things in the past, there's big transformations coming to that as well. Again, this doesn't have to be romantic. This could be like another chance at a job that you love, but you're really going to take care of this new opportunity. You're going to start seeing yourself as worthy and capable of taking care of beautiful things and worthwhile things that you may have struggled with in the past. So you're just going to feel like a lot more capable of like honoring something, taking care of something, making something feel worthy and good. So yeah, let's start getting some oracle messages for my 8 vibrations, some clarity on what it is that Saturn and Pluto is focusing on in your life. We have here practice gratitude, exactly. Last quarter moon in Sagittarius. And Temperance deals with Sagittarius and Jupiter energy. So practicing gratitude. You guys are going to feel like a lot of gratitude for where it is that your life is headed or moving. And then we have, look, exactly, keep your heart open, first quarter moon in Libra. This is that Lovers, Fool in reverse, Temperance upright energy for sure. You guys are just going to feel a lot more comfortable with love. You're going to feel a lot more comfortable with your emotions. You being ruled by Saturn, it can kind of like almost displace you when it comes to your emotions in a way. So it's like you guys are going to be able to feel more connected to your heart and your emotional space, and it's going to feel good. It's not going to feel so scary like it has in the past. And you guys are going to actually have a lot of gratitude for feeling really deep emotions, where in the past you may not have liked that. Let's grab some intuition cards to get some clarity on how Pluto, Saturn, and this Mercury retrograde may be communicating with you intuitively. We have here, go where you are celebrated. So you guys are going to be going where you are celebrated, and your intuition is going to be communicating that as well. To go into the places where you're celebrated, respected, heard, taken care of. And then underneath the deck, we have care for yourself as you would your beloved. Like I said, looking at you guys as tarot cards, you guys are going to be able to take care of things that you really love. And it's going to make you feel capable. It's going to make you feel good instead of like self-sabotaging. If you guys dealt with that in the past, if you dealt with self-sabotaging in any way, shape, or form, you guys are going to feel like, oh my God, I'm taking such great care of like something that I really love in my life, because you're not like led by fear anymore. Let's grab some messages about what Pluto is healing in your life. We have here burden. Any sort of burden that may have been created by new beginnings, love, and general healing. You guys are going to be getting help with that. Pluto's going to be helping you heal that. And then look, what did I say? Underneath the deck, reunion of souls. What did I say when I was just looking at your tarot cards? A lot of my 8 vibration people, you may want like another chance with a old connection or something. Yeah, Pluto's granting you that. So there's transformation coming with that. Reunion of souls underneath the deck. Let's grab a goddess message or goddess energy, because I personally see Pluto in astrology as the crone, the dark goddess, the dark mother. So let's grab a goddess energy to see how Pluto, or which goddess Pluto may be manifesting through when it comes to communicating with you. Okay, Okay, we've got 2 cards here. So we have a not surrender. When I let the reins of control, when I let go of the reins of control, I thrive. So this is you guys letting go of the reins of control. Like I was saying, like when it comes to you guys having things that you love and not feeling so worried about, oh my God, what's going to happen, that could have led you guys to self-sabotaging in the past. You guys are going to really surrender that idea of like thinking about everything bad that could happen. So yeah, and not surrender. And then we have Urania perspective. It is all in the mind. So there's a lot of things you guys are going to realize that it's like, I don't actually have to feel this or think this or do this. This is just like a sort of figment of my imagination, or it's a part of my mind. Underneath the deck here, we have Sekhmet, forgiveness. And it says, acknowledge the hurt and allow yourself to ascend. So there's even some forgiveness that Pluto will be communicating with a lot of my 8 vibration people through. And then a final personalized message here from Mercury retrograde to my life path 8s or vibration 8s. So what does Mercury want to say to you guys? Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde will be happening April 21st to May 14th. So I'm going to show you guys this as well. But what flipped out upright is inner alchemy. You guys are doing a lot of inner work, a lot of inner alchemy that Mercury retrograde wants to address. What also slid out here is we have open channel. I feel like this is talking about you guys' heart space really opening up a lot. And then underneath the deck we have for you healing waters, a lot more healing coming in, just healing overall in general, especially with your temperance energy over here. And a personalized message from Mercury retrograde to my life path 8s or 8 vibrations. It says inner alchemy is all about the pearls of wisdom, thriving after difficulties, turning triggers into growth. It says I alchemize my life experience into shining soul gems. I have faith in my healing. I am resilient and resourceful. This is totally that temperance energy. It says like the gentle breeze that serenades the goddess to shore. This card celebrates your rebirth after a period of intensity. The making of a masterpiece requires time and effort. So too does the refinement of your soul light. Have patience in yourself as you slowly but surely turn triggers into growth. You are ready to unveil a naked authenticity born of alchemical life experience. Beyond the trials and tribulations is your heaven on earth. You will indeed flourish. There is also a temporal quality to this card as it speaks of integrating the lessons and skills that your soul has gained over many lifetimes. This is that temperance energy, distilling them into precious gems of love and wisdom, just like the lovers. And it says, in this incarnation, you are meant to ascend to the next level and shine your soul light brighter than ever before. And the question here for you, life path 8 or 8 vibration, is what am I now in the process of alchemizing in my life, just like this temperance energy? And this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Don't forget to check out the readings relating to the other numbers in your numerological chart. They're all listed or linked down below. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Life path 9 or the vibration of 9. Welcome to your reading. So just starting off with a summary about your vibration. Vibration of 9 is known as the empath of numerology. And the way that I've always described this number is like a mirror, because no matter what number you add to 9, it will reduce back to itself. So 9 is a high level empath that doesn't just stop at picking up on and feeling others' emotions and truth, but is actually able to reflect that image back to who they are tapping into, which can make this number somewhat intimidating. The 9 vibration is very generous, humbling, interpretive, and aware. As a final number of the single digits, it represents completion in many ways. This number is very concerned with the problems of the world and seeks to understand and then fix them. It's a number of service, but says the only way that I can make an impact on others is if they see themselves first. So it's very good at relating by serving as the medium that allows others to connect with themselves and their own image. 9s are said to be very old souls that can connect to their purpose early on in life. Number 9 is ruled by Mars, making it insanely passionate in its own endeavors. It's a natural warrior, fighter who, like Mars, believes in coming to its own rescue and champions itself as a sole person to get the job done. Lucky days for this number would be the 6th, 9th, 15th, 18th, 24th, and 27th. Now getting to your tarot energy, the card on the left here will be showing me the challenges that Saturn is helping you to overcome, and the card on the right will be showing me the different changes, transformations, and revelations that Pluto energy will be bringing into your life. Then later on, we will be pulling some oracle messages to look into some other downloads that your spiritual team wants to give to you, as well as some personalized messages from this upcoming Mercury retrograde, which is happening April 21st to May 14th in Taurus. So starting off with the Saturn challenges that you are overcoming, we have here the 5 of Wands. and some revelations that Pluto is bringing to you, we have the Star, and I have to cover that up. Okay, so Saturn challenges that you are overcoming. We have the Five of Wands. So you are so much more energy conscious, or will be, with the Saturn transit, with Saturn transiting through Pisces. So you'll find the less that you are involved in, the more you feel clear-headed and clear-hearted. Saturn is also helping you overcome any challenges surrounding the heart and forgiveness for my nine vibrations. So any situations that were painful, challenging, combative, the fights that you felt dragged into but never wanted to engage with, is where a lot of my 9 vibrations have felt like you were left with a sour taste, or like, I don't care to be involved in this situation or that person's life, because all they are is drama, and it in some ways could have made you distant. So Saturn is helping you to overcome that by accepting people and situations for what they are. And as strange as this sounds, accepting that people won't be as enlightened or peaceful as you, even if they say they want peace and quiet, but don't always act like it. And you may even be dealing with people that are self-aware, but they refuse to actually use the wisdom of their own self-awareness. So it's like Saturn's going to be helping you guys push past the annoyance and the frustration that comes with that, where it's like people know what they're doing, but they still do what they shouldn't do. And that can be very frustrating for a lot of you guys, but Saturn is really helping you sort of overcome caring about that or being frustrated with it. Your ability to not be bothered by people's lack of self-awareness is something that Saturn is helping you overcome, because it may not have only bothered you quite a bit, but it may have made you get involved in certain disputes or situations because you have a hard time not being truthful about what you see happening right in front of you. This was problematic for you because it's like you're sitting there about to watch a train wreck that could be avoided if the person just simply looked up. So sitting back and allowing these wrecks to happen felt personally frustrating for you and triggering. And anytime you got involved, people may have accused you of being self-righteous and judgmental because they don't want to be told the truth. So for a lot of you guys, you said, okay, you know what? I'm out of it. I'm taking myself out of it. I'm going to sit back and let you derail yourself. So Saturn is, funny enough, working on these situations around you where they have to go through their own consequences. And it's working on getting you to a place where you don't feel this need to get involved and help them see, and help anybody see more clearly. Because this Five of Wands, the way that I'm looking at it, is the way that a lot of you look at these situations around you. There's this disconnected, almost like bird's eye, third person point of view that you were gifted with. Your perceptibility is so wide ranging, and it's frustrating because you're like, if someone would just listen to me, everything would be fine. But some of you have been blamed for being controlling, which has led to a lot of you feeling unfairly blamed for certain things. And so Saturn is helping you overcome the conflict that you were very close to, so close that it can almost look like you were in the middle of it. But Saturn says that you don't have to be, you have a choice. And a lot of you have felt like you were almost parenting or babysitting a lot of people around you, trying to be there for them, and it has gone unnoticed or unappreciated. So for my 9 people, enjoy your life. You deserve it. You have earned it. And even though you can see these things happening before they happen, I mean, nearly every single conflict you were able to call before things ever popped off, and people did not listen. So it's not your job anymore. I'm also hearing they're their problem now, like someone is someone else's problem now. So Saturn is helping you overcome the need to solve, to help, to cure, to heal those that simply don't want it or they don't appreciate it. So they might say that they do want help, but they don't. And guess what? It's been draining your healing abilities, and your healing abilities and skill sets are needed elsewhere. And it's crazy how when you're trying to help, it can be like flipped around, or it can be distorted into this like crazy way where it's seen as like you creating issues. But listen, the only people that see it that way are the ones that don't want to be saved. It's just like that J. Cole song, like, don't save her because her ass don't want to be saved. Her, him, whoever, they don't want to be saved. Moving on to these Pluto changes, transformations, and revelations to help you on your path. We have the Star card here, and there's big transformations in terms of priorities for the 9 vibration. Like I said, your abilities and healing powers are so much more appreciated somewhere else, and that will transform for you. So you'll see a lot of your craft and technique honored in some other space, whether this is you focusing on yourself or someone else, maybe pouring your energy and your abilities and your wisdom into another cup or into another person, into another situation, or even into yourself. You're going to see a big change in like, wow, I feel like I'm actually making a difference here. Like I'm respected, like I'm heard, appreciated, honored, and valued. Also big transformation and a grand wish. I'm hearing them refer to it as your team, your spiritual team. So there's a grand wish like a really big hope, want, wish, or prayer that is being answered that Pluto will personally see to. Star is not just the card of like hope and optimism, but there is a valid reason for her having that amount of faith, meaning there's a very real shot at making something come true because Star is seeing it unfold in real time. So there's even a lot of prayers that you've been having or intentions that you've been setting that you will see unfold from smaller ones to really, really big ones. How you can sort of see like these smaller stars sort of decorating or surrounding this bigger star over here. So yeah, there's like small prayers, big prayers that you will see manifest or materialize right in front of you. Another transformation is happening where what you pour into will yield results, unlike this Five of Wands situation, which is why a lot of you will be pulled out of a lot of situations like this and neatly placed into other ones. So your time, efforts, and energy is no longer wasted. What you give is just too pure, it's too good, it's too high quality for it to not mean something to whomever is receiving it. So wherever you are not being honored, you will be pulled from, because there's other places, people, and souls that pray for you with this star card over here. They wish for you. They actively look for you. So not only do you have transformation in your hopes and prayers coming true, but also in someone else's who has been looking and wishing for you in their life. Even if they don't personally know you just yet, they're praying for you. They're praying to meet somebody like you, to come across you. So this is the communion of two prayers coming together. And okay, I think that's why your spiritual team regarded it as a grand wish, because it's like two wishes that are connected, happening or coming true. So that's okay. Wow. That's really interesting. So let's start grabbing some oracle cards here. Just some clear messages from your Saturn and Pluto energy, what they're helping you with. We have here releasing control. Exactly. First quarter moon in Taurus. This is that Five of Wands right down here. Sort of releasing control and just saying like, you know what, I'm out of it. If y'all want to fight, argue, if you don't want to listen to me, if you come to me saying, I want help with X, Y, and Z, and I help you and you don't like the advice that I give, or you don't like what I offer, I'm stepping out of it. I'm releasing control of the situation. Underneath the deck here, we have for you new moon in Virgo. Trust that all will be well. So trust that all will be well. Virgo does deal with like the health of situations. It also deals with maintenance and service. So we have two earth signs here, Taurus and Virgo. So this is all about whatever it is that you guys feels like maintaining something is out of your control. So trust that all will be well. Trust that people will figure it out. If you have to step away from certain Five of Wands situations where it's like they don't want to listen, it's all going to turn out the way that it needs to turn out. But you stressing yourself and pouring your energy into a space where you're not appreciated is just, yeah, the universe is pulling you out of situations like that. Oh yeah. Okay. So okay. Yeah. I want to shuffle it this way. Let's grab some intuition cards here to clear up some intuitive messages coming from Saturn, Pluto, and Mercury retrograde for you. We have here, grant yourself rest. Exactly. Grant yourself rest. This is about pulling out of this Five of Wands situation right here. Underneath the deck, we have exactly welcome new partnerships. This is about you guys connecting to new partnerships, new places, new people, and new situations that are going to honor you. They're going to honor the fact that maybe you need rest. You know, they're going to honor the fact that it's like you're human and you have your limitations, you have boundaries. We need to honor those. And they're going to respect the fact that you need rest. They're going to respect what it is that you give to situations. Big transformations coming there. Let's see also what Pluto is healing in your life. Struggle. Exactly. You see this fish swimming upstream. This is that Five of Wands energy. And then underneath the deck here, we have death. What is that underneath? Home, sticking out underneath. Yeah, so we have here struggle and death. So there could have been some sort of struggle when it came to endings. There could have been some sort of struggle when it came to seeing eye to eye, closures, when it came to just harmony in general, when it came to moving on, progressing, developing, moving forward. So there was a lot of struggle in terms of making things happen, pushing past certain things, getting certain things completed. And that is really getting dispelled with this Pluto Saturn energy. Let's grab a goddess energy here, since me personally, I see Pluto in astrology as the crone, the dark goddess, the dark mother. So I want to see what goddess energy Pluto is manifesting herself through when it comes to 9 vibrations and life path 9s. And we have here Sekhmet, forgiveness. Yeah, this is that Five of Wands. Acknowledge the hurt and allow yourself to ascend. Like I was saying when I was checking out your Five of Wands over here, it's like some of you guys, you sort of feel as though somebody is they're just all drama, or you may have felt like unappreciated, or like people just blamed you or would call you controlling or self-righteous because you were just trying to help. So this is about forgiving those situations for sure. Then we have here Hebe, I believe, inner child, rediscover the simple pleasures of life, take the time to reconnect with your youth. Yeah, this is about getting out of conflict and connecting to your inner child, connecting to fun, connecting to youth, connecting to laughter, play, things like that. And then a final message here, a personalized message from this upcoming Mercury retrograde kicking off April 21st to May 14th. We have here, we've got two cards, but I'm going to read the one on top. We have here astral waters. Underneath that was Akashic waters. So I'm going to read astral waters out of the book. 1 second. And underneath the deck, we have for you sovereignty. Yeah, this is about you guys being energetically conscious. Like I kicked off your tarot reading. You guys just being energetically conscious and honoring your own energy, where it's just like, I'm not going to keep giving into spaces where I am undervalued. And a personalized message from Mercury retrograde to my 9 vibration people is astral waters, which says goddess energy, sacred temple, reclaiming the divine feminine. So a lot of your divine feminine coming through with Sekhmet Hebe. And it says, I am expansive, I am holy, I am blooming into my essence. As a holy vessel, you are an expression of beauty and spirit in human form. Many of us have been led to believe that our sexuality is to be hidden or repressed, and historically, the divine feminine has been vilified and controlled. But as humans, love is the deepest essence of who we are, and our sensuality is but one bridge to our fullest embodiment. This card wants you to witness the miracle of your sensuality, to lead with beauty and grace in your own unique way, and reconnect with your absolute bliss, to soften into your own self-devotion, to unfold into the flowering of your creative garden. Allow this magic to flow effortlessly into everything that you do and express like a river of nourishment. If you have felt blockages or stagnant waters preventing this release, it is time to open the floodgates and let go of the internalized pressures. This is that Five of Wands. And the question here that Mercury retrograde has for you is, how can I nurture the sacred temple of my vessel? And vibration 9, this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Don't forget to check out the reading relating to the other numbers in your numerological chart. Everything is linked down below. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. All right, life path 11, or the vibration of 11, wherever this number pops up in your numerological chart. Welcome to your reading. So just starting off with a summary of your vibration. This number is the first of the master numbers. You are a master influencer. This vibration has access to endless amounts of wisdom, and in many cases already possesses divine wisdom. This number is not necessarily meant to teach, but to lead by example, to serve as a beacon of light to those around it. This being a master number means that it is an exemplary vibration meant to achieve great things, especially in terms of diplomacy, peace, and seeing eye to eye. This number can serve as the glue to a community or a collective by becoming the purpose that draws people from all walks of life together. 11 vibration is a common denominator in many situations, meant to make impactful, lifelong changes in those that it comes into contact with. The planet associated with this number is the empathic, nourishing, spiritual moon, mother, and root of the zodiac. And lucky days surrounding this number is the 2nd, 9th, 10th, 11th, 20th, 22nd, and the 29th. So getting to your tarot energy, the cards here on the left will be showing me the challenges that Saturn is helping you to overcome. And the card on the right is showing me the different changes, transformations, and revelations that Pluto is inviting and bringing into your life and reality. And later on, we'll be pulling some oracle messages, looking deeper into some specific information that your spiritual team wants to give to you, as well as some personalized messages from this upcoming Mercury retrograde happening April 21st to May 14th. So starting off with the challenges that Saturn is helping you to overcome, we have here the 10 of Swords upright and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And some transformations and revelations that Pluto is inviting into your life and reality. We have the Hanged Man, also in reverse. So the Saturn challenges that you're overcoming with the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the 11th vibration has been plagued with doubts, dark thoughts, and fears. And this is the exact place that Saturn is helping you overcome. There's been an endless cycle of negative thoughts, or maybe even like negative circumstances for some of you, that has made pessimism very easy to practice and feel more normal for some of you. Some of you have had to get used to loss. You've had to learn how to accept things that you really didn't want to. And that's another big challenge that Saturn is helping you out of. Any betrayals that you may have experienced that you feel like you haven't gotten past or haven't risen from or come back from is another challenge that you are overcoming. In some ways, for some of you, it just felt easier to lie down and take whatever was happening in your life for a while. With this Ten of Swords over here, you may have felt very heavy, like you were weighed down with a lot of disappointments. And spiritually, this had a lot to do with like warfare that Saturn is helping you defeat. For those of you that may have felt cursed, like others or even family was preying on your downfall, like there was a lot of evil eyes coming at you, it will feel like it just stops or dissipates with the Saturn transit. If you have been struggling to get out of bed or to feel like there's a point to all of this, you will connect to that light at the end of the tunnel that doesn't feel so mentally burdensome and taxing. Keeping yourself mentally afloat and together just may have been really difficult, but it won't feel like such a one-man job anymore, and it won't feel delusional to feel optimistic and positive. You'll actually feel a sense of support and even realism when it comes to looking at the good, looking at the bigger picture, looking up. Some people may have painted you as the villain in some way, and if you've been struggling to forgive yourself or to break out of that narrative, that's another challenge that Saturn is helping you to overcome. There's a lot of mental games being played on you guys as well for some time, that you will start to see that exactly for what it is, and you will give yourself the permission to not agree with those games, because a lot of you have been or will be reinventing yourself, talking to yourself differently, treating yourself better, but it all starts with the mind. And something or someone kept you in a mindset where it was easy to attack yourself or feel down about yourself, even without that other person's help or influence. And if this is the result of an environment that you were in, Saturn will help liberate you from that. You're going to be learning a lot of techniques in the future that seriously put you in a different mental state where you attract exactly what you want to attract. It'll be easier not to focus on the bad stuff or the negative, and you'll find it easier to draw in the results that you want, because the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, these are energies that match because they're both 10 cards. So they're both finale cards. And these two cards coming out as a pair for your Saturn energy is talking about you, first of all, being an 11 means that you are a master manifester. You almost too easily attract whatever it is that you think about. Saturn is going to help you refine or control your thoughts, where you are able to program them in a sense. So a lot of work and help is coming to those subconscious and unconscious narratives that feel like they are on autopilot. You'll be rewriting them, and it'll take some work, but once you guys get the hang of it, it'll feel so much easier and eventually second nature, where you won't even have to tell yourself what or how to think, but naturally you'll be out of the space mentally. So it's like you'll be moving out of the space where it's like whatever it is that you think is what manifests. From whatever it is that you think with this Ten of Swords is what manifests, like this Ten of Pentacles. Now Pluto changes, transformations, and revelations to help you on your path. We have the Hangman in reverse. So very big transformations happening with your path where things don't feel bad just because, or for like no reason. So a lot of what you guys have gone through, you've questioned if there's a reason or a purpose to it. Again, it just felt easier to lie there and take whatever was happening to you. Hangman, even though he is stripped of his freedom, when he is upright, he's the one that makes the choice to be stripped of that freedom. And in doing so, he gains like a nimbus or a halo, as you can see here on this card, which is the key to his ultimate state of awareness. So this awareness liberated him from where it actually matters, which is within. He needed to be saved from himself, not necessarily the world. And this process here, it actually helped him not only realize it, but to take his path into his own hands. And this is where that transformation is happening for you guys, because it's been in reverse, where it's like this question or thought of, am I being punished? Am I suffering just because? It really felt pointless, which is very painful, because it can make anyone feel left behind by the universe, like their suffering doesn't matter. And Pluto's transformation is coming to say it does matter, and we will show you that these transformations matter and that they're not in vain, essentially. So let's start grabbing some oracle messages here to clear up what Saturn and Pluto are doing in your lives, anything that they want you to focus on. So we have here New moon in Aquarius, open up to change. So there's a lot of changes happening. And this is the thing with the Hangman in reverse. Hangman upright talks about him being voluntarily ready for change. He's welcoming change. He's open to it. In reverse, he's resisting a little bit. So new moon Aquarius is, and Aquarius is actually a fixed sign, but it's ruled by the planet Uranus, co-ruled by the planet Uranus, who is the planet of disruption, change, rebellion, things like that. So you guys are in a lot of ways being primed to be more flexible and to be more open to change moving forward. So that's something else that Saturn is really helping you guys with. Saturn and Pluto is both helping you guys with. And underneath the deck, we have last quarter moon in Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen. This is that Ten of Swords right here. So this is a lot of you guys, like I said, you guys are going to see a situation for exactly what it is with this Ten of Swords when I was looking at your Ten of Swords over here. So this reveal what needs to be seen. There could be a few painful revelations that you guys end up coming across, but what it's going to actually do is open you up to change with this new moon in Aquarius. Let's grab some intuition cards here to see what it is that your intuition may be trying to communicate to you. We have, you are an expression of the divine. You are an expression of the divine. That means that you're protected. That means that you are the divine in the universe is showing you a lot. Exactly. Watch for signs from the universe. The divine in the universe is going to be showing you a lot of grace. It's going to be showering you with a lot of grace. And this is why the universe and the divine, they're really pushing to help you out of this sort of Ten of Swords mindset and situation, which can be quite dark. As you can see with this card right here, it's a very dark card. So this is sort of like helping you out of that space to get you guys to see your own divinity and see the fact that it's like you are an expression of the divine or an expression of God or an expression of love. And so this is about really liberating you from this darker space and this darker place mentally where you start to see yourself in that light. So definitely watch for signs from the universe because there's going to be a lot of synchronicities that start happening around the time where it's like you may start realizing things, certain information may come to the surface, or it may be revealed to you in a lot of ways. So this is the stuff that's going to really help you guys open up to change and open up to seeing yourself in a different light, opening up to seeing yourself in a divine way. Let's see what it is that Pluto is healing in your life. We have here new beginnings, and we do have 2 10 cards. So yeah, there's some big new beginnings on the horizon for my 11 vibration people. And these are really big new beginnings because a lot of you guys, you've been waiting for this for a while, which means that it's like really big change on the horizon with open up to change right here. And then underneath the deck, we have your struggle. So Pluto is also helping to heal struggle. It could be struggle to accept change with this Hangman in reverse, and with open up to change right here. And reveal what needs to be seen. It could be talking about your need to change that you might not be open to seeing just yet. And that may be what is being revealed to a lot of you guys is like, this needs to change, you need to change, that needs to change, they need to change. And you guys being open to that is going to really relieve you and heal a lot of struggle in your life. And it's also going to open you up to a lot of new beginnings as well. And that's where a lot of this enlightenment is coming from, this Hangman in reverse. Let's grab a goddess energy because I see Pluto in astrology as the crone or the dark mother, the dark goddess. So I want to see what goddess energy she is going to be manifesting through in your life. So we have here Cleo, past lives. There's a lot of past life energy, karmic energy surrounding you guys that Pluto will be communicating with a lot of you guys through. This is that Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles in reverse energy for sure. Hangman in reverse, which can be about looking back into the past, a lot of introspection. So we have here Cleo, past lives, reconnect with your past. So this is getting really in tune with your karmic energy, your own past. And then we have here Urania perspective. It's all in the mind. So whatever it is where you guys feel trapped by your past or experiences from your past, just realize that it's all in your mind. Even when you're reflecting things like that with like this Hangman in reverse, just realize that it's all in your mind. Your mind can trap you or liberate you and enlighten you. It's all up to you. And underneath the deck here, we have Lakshmi, abundance. Be open to receiving. There's a lot of things that the universe wants to give to you guys, but it's just about being open to receiving. Just to receiving, just like it says right here, open up to change. So this is another thing that you guys need to open up to change, because it's like the more that you accept change, the more abundance that you're going to invite into your life. So like Shimi, Urania, and Cleo will be the goddesses that will be manifesting themselves into your life the most. And then a final personalized message from Mercury retrograde for my master number 11s. Okay, that wanted to flip over. So we have here Temple of the Sea. So I'll read this out of the deck. And then underneath that was Open Channel, but I believe Temple of the Sea wanted to be seen. And underneath the deck, we have here Total Bliss. Total Bliss is coming. It's just about opening up to change for you guys. So 1 second. And a personalized message from Mercury retrograde to my 11 vibration people is Temple of the Sea here says, full circle, dreams fulfilled, reaching the impossible, integration, I have arrived within. This is that Hangman in reverse card, like I was saying with your Hangman in reverse. This is sort of like realizing that like he needs to be safe from himself. So yeah, this is about you guys feeling like you have arrived internally. And it says, if you feel that you are still in the process of moving on in some way, or if you are continuing to be emotionally invested in a past relationship or experience, yes, exactly what we were talking about, your 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hangman. It says, give yourself some time to process and release these. Coming into your own is not meant to be a shortcut. You are here to learn through your own tides of trial and error in order to be fully confident in your steps. Do not be afraid to make a plan of action for your strides. The universe is presenting you with opportunities to own your discernment, just like it says, open up to change and new beginnings over here, and watch for signs from the universe. And it says, so you can learn how to align with what matters most with total love, grace, and inner devotion to feel the full capacity of what you truly want. Personal breakthroughs come when we lean into our vulnerabilities, which often precedes and necessitates our greatest accomplishments. Move beyond fear and find your temple. Beautiful. And vibration 11, this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Don't forget to check out the readings relating to the other numbers in your numerological chart if you have not already. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Life Path 22 or 22 vibration, wherever this number may pop up in your numerological chart. Welcome to your reading. So just starting off with a summary of your number. This is known as the Master Builder in numerology. 22 is the second of the master numbers and is all about turning a vision into reality through efficiency and productivity. The vibration of 22 is inspirational and can motivate those around it to achieve greater things in life. 22 harnesses unlimited potential by giving it an objective or project to channel that potential into. So it's highly motivating. 22 is also a master medium, meaning that it can act as a catalyst that initiates powerful change, action, and movement around it. This number possesses a lot of confidence and can at times put a lot of demands on itself to achieve great things. Associated with planet Uranus, known for its rebellious nature, trend-setting, influence, originality, and individuality is something that also the vibration of 22 is closely aligned with. Lucky days for this number are the 4th, 11th, 13th, 22nd, and the 31st. Now getting to your tarot energy, the cards on the left will be showing me the challenges that Saturn is helping you to overcome, and the card on the right will be showing me the different transformations, changes, and revelations that Pluto is bringing into your reality with these new ingresses that they have made. And also later on, we'll be pulling some additional oracle messages from your spiritual team, as well as a personalized message from this upcoming Mercury retrograde happening April 21st to May 14th in Taurus. So let's get started. The challenges that Saturn is helping you overcome. We have here the 6 of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords in reverse. And when it comes to your Pluto energy transformations, we have the Ace of Pentacles also in reverse. So the Saturn challenges that you are overcoming with the 6 of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords in reverse. With the Ace of Swords, you generate a lot of good ideas, but in reverse, it can talk about there being a lack of follow through or not enough of something to bring a thought or an idea to fruition. Sort of like dealing with like cadent houses in ancient astrology, how they saw cadent houses as sort of like weakened, so it took like a lot of effort to produce something from those spaces. And that's kind of what aces in reverse can reflect. So this can talk about the environment as well, not being suited to bring an idea into form. 6 of Pentacles is a card of help, charity, giving back, and humanitarianism. Some challenges that Saturn is helping you overcome has everything to do with sourcing the right people, places, connections, chances, and opportunities identities, bringing them together and being able to take what you need from these spaces in order to get a really good or original idea off the ground, in order to basically create something out of nothing. So there could be like a new start that you are eager to initiate, but needs some sort of assistance, and Saturn will help close that gap between what you have and don't have so you can secure an idea or a vision. Saturn is also helping you when it comes to making these really big plans or ideas into something more practical so it's easier to execute. So wherever you have dealt with issues like maybe procrastination, getting overwhelmed, having too many ideas at once, not being able to organize a plan or to create one, or maybe even doubts, Saturn is helping you channel all that creative energy into one direction where you can focus and pour all of your energy into that one space. Because Ace of Swords upright is about a fresh idea that you are so excited about that the details of how to make it happen don't necessarily matter. You just take it one step at a time and you figure it out. In reverse, this is about being more concerned with the questions and details of when, why, and how can I make this happen. Aces have a way of coming into our life, and the challenge can sometimes be us not believing in something enough that we make it happen off sheer willpower, because in reality, people hardly ever have an idea all figured out. There's a lot of twists and turns, starting, stopping, succeeding, failing, improvising, and it all ends up resulting in a masterpiece somehow. So plans are powerful, but they also need a battery, and you are the battery pack that sets plans into motion, and your willpower will carry you through the challenges and question marks. So wherever you are dealing with doubts or fears surrounding the parts of a plan or an idea that you do not have the answers to, Saturn is helping you there. Some of you want to do something that you would consider so wild and different that you don't have an example or a blueprint to follow. First of all, that's good. So all you may have right now is just this dream or a goal, but that is enough, and Saturn will help you believe in that and have more confidence in this Ace of Swords situation, because that truly is the missing element for a lot of you, is you believing in something will actually draw in or manifest everything that you need to bring it to fruition with the Six of Pentacles over here. So something is waiting, like it's in place to help you if you are daring enough to take the first step with this Ace of Swords. So basically Saturn is saying to my 22s that it's got everything set up in order and waiting for you, but taking that leap of faith may feel really difficult or scary because you don't know if things are going to be set up for you, if you're going to have the help and the resources or whatever it is that you need or want when you get to that sort of like situation where it's like, okay, I'm going to need X, Y, or Z. You may be worried about, is that going to be there? Am I going to be able to find the help and the assistance or the resources that I need once I get there? So for you guys, like crossing that bridge when you get there is a really scary thought, feeling, or idea to sort of like live by. And you being a master number 22, you expect a lot out of yourself. So many master numbers can feel and resonate with the feeling that you are meant to do really great things and break out of limitations, and that feeling of greatness can create this tug of war internally, and you may guilt yourself for not doing enough. So Saturn will help you to not push yourself so hard, but just enough that you can get past your own obstacles, taking one thing at a time instead of creating these really unrealistic standards for yourself where you're sort of like, if I don't hit this mark, then now I'm incapable, and that's not the case. So essentially Saturn is helping you overcome the intimidation that your own ideas, thoughts, and plans and dreams make you feel whenever they come to you. It's almost like this bittersweet thing for some of my 22s, what I'm picking up here in your reading, where it's just like you love dreaming, you love getting these ideas, but the moment that you start trying to implement them or structure them, it's like things start to fall apart. And so these dreams can almost feel like haunting in a sense. Moving on to the different transformations, revelations, and changes that Pluto is bringing to help you on your path, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Very simply, this is very short, sweet, simple, to the point. This is results all day for my 22s. That is where you are going to see the biggest improvements and transformations, is in results. And Pentacles, it deals with physicality, tangibility. So this is results that are quote unquote real, okay? There's also a big transformation coming to finances, your income, what you make or charge if you are a business owner, as well as the amount of money going out, the amount of money that you are spending, whatever it is that is coming in is going to start to match and then outweigh the amount of money going out. So the there won't be like this difference or like this discrepancy in how much you're spending versus how much you are making. So a lot of opportunities, physical opportunities, or opportunities that you can make real changes and see real results from, are going to start coming in. That's the biggest transformation that Pluto is making happen for you guys. So now let's also start grabbing some oracle messages, additional messages from Saturn and Pluto, what they want to say to you. So we have here full moon in Aquarius, be real, and full moon in Leo, go wild. And Aquarius and Leo, these signs actually oppose each other. So this talks about that push and pull, that internal tug of war, where it's like, I have this great idea, I really want to bring it into form. How do I do that? And then almost feeling intimidated by your own dreams, feeling intimidated by your own thoughts. And that can almost just like add pressure to the situation, because like I said, my master numbers, you guys put a lot of pressure on yourself because you have, yeah, exactly. Underneath the deck, we have Know Your Worth, New Moon in Taurus. You guys already connect to this idea at a very young age. For my master number people, especially if this is your life path number, you guys connect to that feeling. You resonate with that feeling of like, I'm supposed to do something really important, and maybe not always knowing how to execute that feeling or that idea. And that is where Saturn and Pluto is going to step in and help a lot of you guys out. Let's pull some intuition cards. What is Pluto, Saturn, and Mercury retrograde communicating to you intuitively? Be soft in your heart, but firm in your boundaries. So this is another thing that is going to be worked on with this Pluto and Saturn transit. Then underneath the deck, we have worry is a prayer for things that you do not want. Yeah, this is about not focusing on the things that you guys don't want to happen, not focusing on the doubt, not focusing on the failure, not focusing on the scary things. Like I said, a masterpiece is not made of all of these right decisions and right choices and all of these success stories. A masterpiece, it literally is considered masterful, because what does that mean? When we master something, that means that we overcome a lot of challenges, we persevere through a lot of situations, we come back from failures, we resurrect our damn selves, right? So that's what makes a masterpiece, not a whole bunch of success stories. That would be more so of like, oh, you just got lucky, you just got a lucky break. No, this is a masterpiece that is coming together for a lot of you guys, okay? So this is about getting very, very comfortable in the entire journey and whatever it is that looks like, and not expecting you guys to hit every single mark. And then if you don't hit it, it's like feeling bad on yourself. It's not necessarily meant to go in that way, where it's just like hitting mark after mark after mark, because sometimes hitting your mark is not going to look like what you anticipate it looking like. And that's the Ace of Swords in reverse right here, where it's like that win is not always going to look like a win. That failure is not always going to look like a failure, vice versa. So it's like sometimes whatever it is that you think is a fail is actually going to be a win. And whatever it is that you think is a win is actually going to be sometimes something that you actually need to work on, or it's going to be a challenge in disguise. But all of it's going to come together to create something that it's like you're really proud of. Let's see what it is that Pluto is working on healing for you guys. We have here past, present, and future. So past, present, and future, something about all these different timelines aligning may in some way make you guys feel a bit anxious or a bit worried about things, because you may be, if you're not living in the present, you could be worrying about the past or worrying about your future, and that can cause a lot of stress. So past, present, and future is another thing that Pluto is helping to heal, where you guys can actually be more present. And the more present we are, the more conscious we are. The more conscious we are, the more that this Ace of Swords flips upright for you. Underneath the deck here, we have psychic development. There's a lot of psychic development coming as well. And I feel as though the psychic development card or energy is also talking about you guys' psychic abilities actually helping you as well. Bring a lot of these ideas that you have into form and actually manifesting them. So I feel like you guys are going to get like a lot of psychic information and downloads about how to get this done, how to get that done. And let's grab some goddess energies here, because I personally see Pluto as the crone in astrology. So let's see what goddess energy she is manifesting through when it comes to my 22s. We have here Parimbo Soul Family. And it says you are united under a common cause. You guys are even going to be uniting with other souls to help bring some sort of common cause together, or to help complete some sort of objective. So a lot of my 22s, you're going to be, the universe and the divine is going to be downloading some sort of an idea or a project or a goal to you that is going to take, underneath the deck, it's going to take patience with Pachamama underneath the deck. Great things are gaining momentum. Exactly. Whatever it is that the universe and the divine downloads to you, with this Ace of Swords in reverse, this is going to be something that the universe says, like, this is not a one-man job. This is going to be something that you guys are, other souls and beings will be led into your life to help you get this project done. Being a master number 22, that means that a lot of what you do is about inspiring other people and getting the job done in that way. So let's grab a final message here from Mercury retrograde, a personalized message for my 22s from Mercury retrograde, which is happening April 21st to May 14th. Okay, we have heart libations. Underneath that is waves of change. But I'm going to read heart libations out of the book. Underneath the deck for you, we have lunar waters. And this says, celebrating you, inner blessings, grounding devotion, and gratitude. So there's even going to be a period or a chapter where whatever it is that you guys complete is actually going to be in celebration of you. And the universe is looking to actually celebrate my 22s. But it says, I am anchoring into my heart. I celebrate myself each and every day. It says, this card encourages you to celebrate the wins so that you may fully embody your magnificence. Exactly. Yeah, you guys are going to be celebrating a lot of wins. This is a masterpiece coming together for you guys. Like I was saying, when we are able to experience gratitude, it allows us to be more open and receptive to abundance. We also become more grounded, which allows us to receive new insights from a higher place of spiritual wisdom. When we learn to align with the sacred beauty of life, we can refine our focus and put our steps into perspective. As we witness the miracles around us, our path becomes filled with sweet synchronicities. Take a moment to give thanks somehow each day and bless yourself for all that you do. No act of inner devotion or gratitude is ever too small. Use this card as a sign that it is time to celebrate life and that you are always able to attract new wonder, delight, and joy. And the question that Mercury retrograde wants you to ponder on with this upcoming retrograde season is, what can I do to celebrate myself today and feel into gratitude? And 22 vibration, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Don't forget to check out the readings with your other numbers and your numerological chart. Everything is linked down below. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Life Path 33, or the vibration of 33, no matter where this number shows up in your numerological chart. Welcome to your reading. So we are going to be starting off with just a little bit of a summary about this number. So Life Path 33, or the vibration of 33, is known as the Alchemist and the final number of the master numbers, regarded as the master teacher who is responsible for the spreading of knowledge and wisdom. This vibration inherits a very strong intuition and high vibrations, which it is meant to anchor into the 3D reality. Their intuition is also used to guide and assist those around them, making this number very sympathetic and selfless. This master number is associated with the concept of unconditional love, whose gifts and abilities are felt far and wide. 33 is a number that is said to have a strong spiritual purpose and takes great care and responsibility of that calling. The ruling planet of this number is said to be Neptune, who's known in astrology as the unknowable one. Neptune, the escapist, is never grounded in any one reality at once. Being connected to master number 33, this vibration is meant to transform the dark into light and light into dark, never belonging to one or the other. Lucky days for this number are said to be the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 9th, 12th, 21st, and the 30th. So the card on the left will be showing me the challenges that this new Saturn transit is helping you to overcome, and the card on the right will be showing me the different changes and transformations and revelations that this new Pluto transit will be bringing into your life. So let's get started. As far as your Saturn challenges here that you are overcoming, we have the Sun in reverse. When it comes to these Pluto revelations, we have the High Priestess. So starting off with these challenges that Saturn is helping you to overcome with the Sun in reverse, wherever it is that you feel like you've had maybe your light dimmed, or your youth or your joy or your smile taken away, is what Saturn is helping you to overcome. Whatever has sort of kept you down, maybe like low vibrational, that is something that you are definitely getting past. This challenge some of you may look at and feel like it's snatched a lot of your light. This could be inner child work that some of you feel is too heavy to continue, and Saturn will also help provide you the tools to face or get through that. So this could even be like spiritual work that you guys are doing, therapeutic work, maybe work on your mental or emotional health, or even physical body. Sun in reverse is giving this feeling of like therapy. So some sort of like therapy. I don't know if it's like physical therapy, like I said, mental, emotional therapy, some sort of like spiritual work, but it could feel like it's gotten too tough or too difficult for some of you guys. And that is something that Saturn is helping you guys to really push through and finish out. Sun is ruled by the Sun. So in reverse, this is talking about the Sun setting when it descends and night takes over. So some of you could feel like a dark night of the soul chapter has sort of like consumed you or taken over your life. Maybe it's been very difficult, or like some sort of challenge has been really getting to you. This is almost sort of like feeling gloomy, or like there's a dark cloud over you or something like that with Sun in reverse. If you've been dealing with anything like depression, lack of energy, this could talk about even seasonal depression, or like you are dealing with a very stubborn, unmovable challenge. This is another way that Saturn is helping assist you. Some of you have been spending more time alone, or have even been more strict about consumption. So you may be like using less technology. Maybe you've quit social media. Maybe you've stopped like dating or socializing, going out, drinking, something like that. Or maybe you've been trying to moderate how much you use when it comes to technology, social media, stuff like that. And Saturn will help you deal with this if it's been challenging. Some mundane challenges, like everyday life challenges, that Saturn is also helping you guys to overcome the vibration of 33. Could be any sort of issue with a lack of excitement and freedom. There's also too someone who has been dealing with a person who every time you try to have like a more serious conversation, they find a reason to leave, or they actually like get up and walk away. I don't know why, but I got the clearest vision for some of my vibration 33 people or life path 33s, where it's like you're in the middle of a conversation with someone and they literally just get up and walk away. Or like, I don't know if that's metaphorical or actually literal, but it's like anytime something gets serious, or maybe like a little more intense, somebody like abandons something or walks away, and that could leave you feeling a bit gloomy as well with the Sun in reverse here. Another challenge that Saturn could be helping you guys with is if there's any issues surrounding ADHD and lack of focus. If you've been struggling with maintaining focus on one task at a time, somehow Saturn's influence will definitely improve that. I mean, Saturn moving into Pisces is all about sort of bringing organization to a very messy place in our lives collectively, because Pisces definitely rules mess. It's a beautiful mess, but it's chaos when we're dealing with Pisces, Neptune, 12th house energy. So Saturn is a planet of structure. So moving into Pisces, in very general surface level sort of interpretation of that is, this is structure coming to the most messy part of our lives. Whatever Pisces rules in your chart, even if it's an intercepted house, it rules some part of your chart, and that is where you're going to see a lot of structure come to over the next 3 years with this new Saturn transit. And anywhere that you feel like you are struggling with more responsibility too is another thing that Sun in reverse is talking about for my 33 vibration. Somewhere some of you may have taken on more responsibility, and you may feel worried about handling it. Like, for instance, this is someone becoming a homeowner for the first time. They move from an apartment to a home, and it's like, oh my God, like I'm responsible for like the landscaping and like repairs and all this other stuff. It's like, it's a different level of responsibility. So some of you could be worried about being able to take on more responsibility or being able to handle it. And it's like a challenge with this feeling of not wanting to grow up or mature in some way that Sun in reverse could be talking about. Because as you can see, Sun upright, it's like this baby who is just riding in the daylight, in the sunlight. He doesn't have a care in the world. Like literally, it's kind of like really intense full card energy. But Fool is a much less aware. Sun card energy is a lot more present, very aware, but it's just having a great time because there's literally not a care in the world. So in reverse, this could talk about like, oh, I miss the old days. I sort of miss the freedom that I used to have. So there's a difficult adjustment possibly to there being more on your plate for some of you that Saturn is helping you to overcome as well, or adjust to. When it comes to the Pluto changes and revelations over here with your High Priestess, this is all about how you hear and see spirit. 33, the way that you hear or interact with the spiritual realm is about to transform in a big way. This could be new gifts being unveiled or coming to you. You may awaken older gifts that have lied dormant in your spiritual body and in your path for some time. Your Sun in reverse energy is sort of the end of some sort of like night or rest period as well, where in other words, it's a part of you that wasn't awakened. So High Priestess says this awakening is going to lead you into the next layer, I'm hearing, sort of like the next level of your gifts, how you use them, perceive them, understand them. It'll also be your own language. So in other words, your gift will not be able to be understood by very many. These won't be common gifts, in other words, because High Priestess is the card of secrecy. So especially for those of you that maybe have like, I don't know if you can have a personal year number that's like a master number, like 11, 22, or 33. But if you do have like a personal year that's like maybe a 6, for instance, I guess maybe the 33 could be attached to that. I'm not that seasoned in numerology, but if it is, especially for those of you having like a personal year where it's like a 6 vibration, 33 vibration, however it is that you calculated, your gifts are going to take on a life of their own. You're not really going to be able to control them with the High Priestess here. It's also only going to be understood by you. And again, like I said, they won't be common. And that's because the High Priestess is the card of secrecy. She is ruled by the moon or the night. So the night and darkness conceals for a reason. What is transforming is the fact that a lot of your gifts or spiritual knowledge has been concealed behind certain maybe experiences or chapters in your life, but the veil is about to come completely off. And so a lot of what you experience, you may not be able to tell other people because your guides or these spiritual beings that start to come to you will tell you in some way that, hey, when I'm going to tell you the information that I'm downloading to you, the knowledge that I'm giving to you is private or is only meant for this specific person's ears. So there may be some strict ways that your gifts evolve because of this. And there will be a lot of transformations when it comes to the secrecy in your life as well. So if there is anything that has been mysterious around you, like a person or maybe parts of yourself, or even a study, for instance, like let's say that you've been studying a certain science or philosophy. Let's say you've been studying like Buddhism or something, like your understanding of something or someone is about to really seriously deepen. And so this could even be certain parts of yourself that you feel more closely aligned to or clear about. Mysteries will feel less shrouded with this Pluto influence, and that's where a lot of these transformations are coming as well. There could have also been a person around you that maybe you struggle to make sense of with this High Priestess right here, and it's like they become more clear to you as well, where even if you cannot relate to them, you can hear them. So High Priestess is the card of listening as well, sensing, emoting, not so much doing and talking. So there's a big transformation in understanding with this High Priestess card. It's like a quiet sense of knowing. This is also being a lot more soul-led with this High Priestess here. So big transformations regarding that. Now let's start grabbing some oracle cards for you. Get some other messages from Saturn and Pluto, what they want to say to my 33 vibrations. So we have here, reflect on your priorities, last quarter moon in Aquarius. That could be that sun in reverse that I was talking about with you guys. Some of you guys may feel as though you've taken on more responsibilities, bigger responsibilities, things like that. And maybe you're worried about like sort of trying to adjust to that. Maybe you're worried about, am I going to be able to handle this? Am I ready for this? And yeah, reflecting on your priorities is something that a lot of you guys have been doing or will be doing, and maybe that's what's causing a little bit of the sun in reverse sort of feeling. And then we have here underneath the deck, new moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. So this is that sun in reverse for sure. Sun upright is a very optimistic card. It's a very positive card. It's a card of joy. It's the sun, right? It's the most illuminated source or body in astrology, is the brightest luminary. And so it's a very positive card when we see the sun card here. And so in reverse, this could be talking about this focus on the positive oracle card here, could be sort of reflecting your sun card in reverse, just saying like, even when you feel down, try to focus on the positive, try to focus on more so glass half full versus half empty. Let's grab some intuition cards. So let's see what it is that your intuition could be trying to say to you with this Pluto, Saturn, and even Mercury retrograde. Clarity around intuition. And the High Priestess is the card of intuition here, so Pluto is doing something to transform the way you guys, intuition speaks to you. So let's see what we get for you. Okay, it says ground yourself in nature. So this is also about grounding yourself too. Your intuition. Underneath the deck here, we have wonder at the miracle of your body. So this also has a body is very connected to nature, you know, because it's the physical part of us, physical part of our being, our multidimensional being. So what I feel kind of with this ground yourself in nature for you guys is like your intuition is going to be very clear when you're grounded. So if you're struggling, because like I said, the High Priestess is the card of intuition for you guys. And so, and 33 from my research is a highly intuitive number. And a naturally like high vibrational sort of number. And so if you guys notice that you are struggling to understand your intuition to hear it properly, it's because you need to ground, okay? And that's normally one of the main issues when it comes to not being able to understand or properly hear our intuition, is that something is off in terms of, are we centered? Are we grounded? Are we present? Are we aware? But for this card to come out, ground yourself in nature, this is like almost like an exclamation point for my vibration 33 people when it comes to your intuition. So if you're noticing any sort of issues regarding intuition, especially with these Pluto transformations happening, and this could also be talking about as well, different transformations that Pluto is going to make happen in you guys' lives, and the different like changes and revelations that she brings to you guys' life. It could almost like destabilize you in a way. So make sure that you're grounding yourself in nature, green foods, vegetables, fruits, stuff like that, being outdoors more. Sun in reverse could be talking about some of you guys haven't been prioritizing being out in nature, or you haven't been out enough. Some other things that Pluto is healing for you guys, we have here the inner journey. Yeah, this is that Sun in reverse energy that I was talking about with your Sun in reverse tarot card over here. Yeah, some of you guys, like I was saying with your Sun in reverse, some of you guys, you have like, maybe you've been doing shadow work, inner child work, and you feel as though it's gotten very difficult. Underneath the deck here, we have letting go. So this is another thing that Pluto is helping to heal in you guys' lives, and my vibration 33s is letting go. The act of letting go. The act of moving on, closure, things like that is another thing that Pluto is help healing for you guys. So if you feel like you've had a difficult time struggling to hold on to something or to adjust in some way, like I did mention that with your Sun in reverse over here. Some of you guys, you may have a difficult time adjusting to a new chapter in your life or more responsibility somewhere. And so and especially if you're looking back on with the Sun in reverse, like, oh my God, I used to have it so easy, or it used to be so simple. Pluto is going to help you guys heal when it comes to just moving on and sort of letting go and adapting to where you are now and where your life is moving. Let's grab a goddess oracle here, because I personally see Pluto in astrology as the crone. So I want to see what goddess energy she may come to you guys as or manifest as in your life. And so especially if this is a goddess energy that you guys already work with or are interested in, this is just like double confirmation. Okay, we have here Melete, I believe, flowing. It says movement is medicine. Take time to move energy around your body and reconnect to your ki, I believe. Qi, ki. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that sounds a lot like this wonder at the miracle of your bodies. So for sure, you guys, make sure that like you're moving, that you're taking time to move and interact with nature and stuff like that. If you guys have felt a little bit too stationary lately. Then we have here Nekbet, nourishment. It says feed your soul, explore what makes you feel inspired. Yeah, this is that Sun in reverse sort of energy coming through again. So these are the goddess energies. We have Melete and Nekbet, I believe. And a final message here, a personalized message from this upcoming Mercury retrograde happening April 21st to May 14th in the sign of Taurus. Okay, we have emergence. So I'm going to read this out of the book. And underneath the deck for you, we have inner strength. And your personalized message from Mercury retrograde is, I am multifaceted. I am always growing and evolving. I am coming into my fullest potential. This card speaks of the patterns that we carry with us throughout lifetimes and the lessons that seem to be on repeat. These are often moments that we may need to wade through until we fully understand the extent of what they have to offer us. Until we can retrieve these lessons to their fullest, we may continuously drift towards the same experiences over and over again. This card comes as a reminder to be gentle with yourself and to know how vital it is to appreciate your past versions, including all of the phases that you have moved through and where you are now. The infinite prism of your soul star shines with many facets and dimensions, filled with all of the ups and downs, the mistakes and discoveries, and everything in between. Love each piece and moment of what makes you who you are, and know that you are already imperfectly perfect. And the question that Mercury retrograde wants you guys to ponder on for this retrograde season is, are there any patterns in my life that I seem to be repeating? This could be definitely talking about the Sun in reverse and inner journey card right here. Focus on the positive and reflect on your priorities. But my life path 33s or vibration 33, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Don't forget to check out the reading regarding the other numbers in your numerological chart. All the timestamps are down below in the description. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.